the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually...
And I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just so by my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind. To the videos, they thought I was a black guy. That's hard to get over. I'm foreigner in this world, but I'm fully devoted. I don't take it for granted that the door's been open. I knew I was different, I knew I was chosen. A breadwinner, but I'm soft-spoken. Authentic like a 5950 and there's no cap. Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the They done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes, come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from Trey. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes, stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth, like a house on the hills, can't see us. Say the money still me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This your man Marcus A. Brown, and I'm here to tell y'all that I just got done with my first consultation with the brother Andre of Love Crossing Borders. I just wanted to give him his praises. I need y'all to do two things if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed to his YouTube channel, Love Crossing Borders. Also, if you are going to Colombia, if you're thinking of going anywhere, traveling internationally, please consider booking a consultation with the OG Andre of Love Crossing Borders. You will not be disappointed. I'm a fan of the channel, so I booked a 2-hour session just to show support, just to show love and say what's up. He provided a wealth of information, way more than I was even expected. He has an excellent presentation. So I just wanted to let y'all know you will not be disappointed. Book the consultation, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Dre, man, I appreciate you. I will be out in Colombia, and I look forward to linking up with you. And y'all, get in tune with him if you haven't already. Tell him MAB sent you. Peace.
Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real.
Where are all the black men? And I'm not talking about the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually...
They're here with Andre and Andre on Love Crossing Borders. Hope you guys are having a great evening. I'm having a great day myself. We got a great topic tonight. There was a time, once upon a time, in a land far, far away, it was said that diamonds are a girl's best friend. Not anymore. Once again, there was a time when they would say diamonds are a girl's best friend. Now, it's the simp. Simps have overtaken, and the simp economy has overtaken diamonds as being a girl's best friend. A simp is willing to do far more for a woman than what diamonds will do. And the first sign, well, how, Andre, how do you know that a person is a simp? I mean, it seems that women embrace simps. They celebrate simps. I mean, from Russell Wilson all the way down to others. There have been men such as Travis Hunter, the young receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have portrayed themselves as simps, and women, hey, they celebrate it even more today than they did diamonds when it was their best friends. So we're going to talk about today. How do you know that person is simping? How do you know that person is simple-minded? Somebody that is naive. And even on an international scale, in other words, using your passport, how do you know that that person is simple-minded, or in other words, a simp? Well, one of the signs we're going to look at tonight and that is leading with your money. Women are now warning men, yes, money is important. Yes, be a provider. Yes, spoil us. We love you. But do not be a simp by leading with money. There should be more in your arsenal as a man than your financial gains or what you have in your portfolio. And so we're going to talk about that tonight, because if women are warning us as men about leading with money, why aren't we listening? If women are telling us that, listen, enough is enough, we appreciate all that you do, but if you're only going to lead with money and you have nothing else to bring to the relationship, many women are starting to realize, I might as well let you go, because all you have to lead with is money. So let's talk about that. But before we do, you already know how we do. Let's bring in the music. Shout out to all you guys that are here with Andre and Andrea Love Crossing Borders. We got 24 in the building. Appreciate you gentlemen being here with your boy on a Friday night. I know my alerts were short notice tonight, but I still appreciate you gentlemen being here. Such as Simple Logic, glad to see that you're here, brother. Greetings from VA, yes sir. Greetings from Chester, VA, glad to see you're here. And it was my brother David Dice of the Dice family. Glad to see you're here. He said, here we go again. Greatness is up on us. Salute. Salute to you as well, brethren. Salute to you as well. Yes, sir. And shout out to my brother Rico being in the building. Glad that you're here. Good evening, Andre. And the chat. Here, Chat Lives Matter. Yes, sir. Chat Lives Matter. And my brother, the Black Chairman, is in the building as well. Glad to see you here. And my favorite YouTube name, The African Wolf, is in the building. Hola, mi gente. Hola, my friend, my family. Shout out to you as well. And we got a shout out all the way. Good morning to my brother. It is almost 8 o'clock in the morning. I hope over there where you are, Ronan, and all the guys that are in Southeast Asia, good morning. And salute to you, first of all. Let's get started with that salute. And he says this, he said, my brother Dre, he said, good morning from the Philippines, listening in, running some animation for tomorrow. Glad that you're getting everything ready for your show as well. He said, fellas, stop leading with your wallets. Yes, women are even warning us, just like we have been warning each other. When you go to these countries, a lot of men don't realize that you don't necessarily have to lead with your wallet. We're going to be talking about that tonight. And shout out to my brother Chalupe in the building. He said, good evening, chat. Leaving Kumat Hardin. Oh, you know, Hardin area. I know exactly where you are, on the other side of the city. Heading back up north. Hope you had a good time over in the Hardin area. Yes, sir. Got a nice mall on that side, on the south side of the city. Yes, sir. Shout out to you and all the men that are in Cali, Colombia. Hope you're going to be here. We're all going to be meeting up at Rico Richie's this Sunday for the Super Bowl. I'll be there at 2 o'clock. You know how you just spend the whole day getting ready and enjoying the Super Bowl. So all of you guys that are going to be in Cali, Colombia this Sunday, we will be meeting at Rico Richie's. Rico Richie's over in Grenada. You can look it up on Instagram, as well as I've been talking about Rico and my man Doug's spot for years. And he has Airbnbs if you guys are interested in any type of Airbnbs in Cali. Shout out to you. And let's give a shout out to Brother David with the first super chat. He said, Dre, do you think these dudes will ever listen? Stop leading with their wallets. A hard head makes a soft tail. I don't. I really believe that most men, and I'll say this on purpose, I believe that most men deal with some form of esteem issue in one way or another. Whether it was we bust our butt and we made money, but yet in other areas of life, we aren't comfortable with ourselves. Some guys they feel like they made the money, but they just don't feel intellectual enough. Some guys feel like I made the money, but I made it over like 20, 30 years. I was an instant multimillionaire. I don't have enough money for this chick, but I have enough money for this chick. So that's another thing that impacts men's esteem. I believe that most men who have money, that have extra income to spend, they spend that extra income on women because they really think within their hearts that they would not be able to get that type of woman if they didn't use proceeds. If they didn't use money, a lot of men think that chick who might really like him, and I think that's the saddest part of all. I see a lot of guys that travel to other countries and that are attractive men by women's standards. I know guys that have the looks, the height, the charisma. I'm talking about everything. And their self-esteem is low. And I mean low, to where if it's not money being spent, they don't think anybody wants them. That's how low the self-esteem is for many men. I won't say all men, but most men are battling some form of esteem in one way or another. And that just means that we have areas of improvement. And that's all that is. Most men, we don't see ourselves as perfect people. We just see ourselves as men that have areas of improvement. That's a good question. Real good question. Once again, shout out to my brother Charles in the building. Glad to see you here. Charles say something to everyone. He says, stop leading with your money. Kind of hard to do that, considering that nothing in life is free. Everything costs. Most especially money equals security. Nothing wrong with having money. You'd be a fool. Even the Bible says money solves all problems. Not all, but you understand where scriptures are coming from. Paul in the Bible says, if you don't work, you don't eat. So you got to make money. Now, the Bible does warn us about loving money, but the Bible also did you know this? That there are more scriptures in the Bible on how to make, save, and invest money than it talks about heaven and hell combined. I'll say that again. In the Bible, there are more scriptures that tell you how to invest money, make money, and give money, as well as save. That if you took all the scriptures in the Bible that talks about heaven and talk about hell combined. So God definitely wants us to have and make money without a doubt. But then he also has several scriptures in the Bible about how fools are with money. And I think that's the problem. We have too many fools with money. And they assume that, and here's the problem with us men that women are now warning us of. This broadcast is about women warning us. It's not about me or even you, gentlemen. It's about now women are warning us. Listen, fellas, if you are doing these particular steps with your money, stop it. And so there are certain women that are telling you, you're a sucker. You're a fool. And I know some of you guys are like, why would women warn us? Because you have to realize, for some of the women that are warning us, we're their brother. And they don't want their brothers to be a simp. We're their father. And they don't want their father, who's maybe looking for a new wife, to be a simp. We're their male coworkers that they're cool with. And they don't want their male coworkers or their male friends to be simps. This is why women are starting to warn men about how these other women don't appreciate you, even if you lead with money. And a lot of women are saying, I don't want you to lead with money because you as a man are an example to my son that's coming up. And I don't want my son to be a simp. So a lot of women are now warning us, men, it don't take all that. And so just in case you're wondering why women are saying this, because women are realizing the men around in their sphere can be impacted by how we carry ourselves with our proceeds. Nothing wrong with making money. We all need it. And it does bring security, like my brother Charles says. But we even have a statement. What do we always say? A fool and his money are easily separated, soon parted. So even if a fool can make money, but what makes him a fool was not the making of the money, but how he used his proceeds when it came to the opposite sex. I'll say that again. A lot of us are excellent when it comes to making money, but the Bible and life says you are a fool when it comes to how you use it and spend it. With these ladies out here sometimes. Shout out to my brother Ben. Bean in the building. Brother Bean is here. That's about Bean U71. He say, hello, how are you feeling tonight? On this Friday, Andre, I am feeling great, man. Just dropped your girl Andrea off at church. Got a chance to get myself ready. I'm done with my 7-day fast. I've been doing a 7-day watermelon fast. So I've been fasting and to get my body ready for this next stage of developing my temple, get my body right. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, so tomorrow I can go back to eating smaller, a smaller meal as far as like my fruits and vegetables. And then I'll build probably Sunday, since it's going to be Super Bowl, I'll probably eat a fuller meal. But tomorrow I'll be just eating smaller meals after a 7-day fast. So shout out to you guys. Yes, sir. He says, why don't we listen? He said that you don't ask a fish how to catch fish. He said you ask a fisherman. Yeah, a lot. You know what? A lot of guys don't listen because they don't want to hear the truth, too, Charles. They just don't want to hear it. Shout out to Mom Spaghetti in the building. Glad you're here. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Jabrari being in the building. Shout out to you, Jabrari's Place. Or Palace, that is. Good morning to you, too. If you're out there in Southeast Asia with the rest of the brethren, good morning to you as well, brother. Glad to see that you're here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone up top. Let me scroll down. Shout out to all you guys again, once again. Great night. We got our brother Nick in the building, so we know we're going to have a great show tonight. We're going to have a great show tonight. He said, Charles says this. Oh, he's talking to Ronan. My bad. Let me get out of that conversation. These gentlemen are talking. He said, yes, I know. He said the YouTuber Tommy Bryson, shout out to Tommy, did a video about the Bible and investments. Yeah, I watched Tommy as well. I'm with you as well, Tommy. Shout out to Tommy. That's a good dude. Good brother. YouTubing is a habit is in the building, gentlemen. We know we're going to have a good show now. YouTubing is a habit is in the building. As I mentioned before, let's change up the music. We got the shout outs going. We got 39 in the building, almost 40 people. Shout out to all you guys that are supporting the channel by way of PayPal, Cash App, Super Chats. I'll drop the Patreon in a little bit. Thank you for the support. But let's change the music up. Oh, yeah. Okay. As we well know, gentlemen, as we well know, it's been said that money makes the world go round. Like I said, the Bible says, if you don't work, you don't eat. It literally says that. Paul says that. And Paul, if he wasn't preaching, Paul was making tents. Paul, for those that don't know about Paul in the New Testament, who wrote 2/3 of the New Testament, he was a tent maker. Jesus was a carpenter. King Solomon was a king, but he also was known as an investor in trade and became one of the richest men in the world, and actually the richest man in the world at that time period. Either way, we all know how important money is to us, and we aren't fools. We all know how important money is to ladies. From getting their hair done, their nails done, to nice outfits, to purses, to traveling trips and dates. We know that when it comes to, if you're going to be in this dating arena in any country, you're going to have some proceeds. I know that woman in the Philippines. She said that she doesn't need that bracelet, but she'd appreciate it. I know that woman in Africa says she doesn't want to go to that nice restaurant, but she still appreciate it. Valentine's Day weekend is coming up next week, and this is one of the reasons why we're talking about this, because no matter where you go in the world, to a certain extent, women still are looking for Valentine's. Now, the official Valentine's Day here in Colombia is the 3rd week of September, but guess what? There are still women here in Colombia next week would appreciate that you take them out. In other words, women and men, we both appreciate stability, security, like Charles said. And because of that, one of the things that we have in life that give us stability and security is our money. But there are men out there that have taken this being generous to a level that, well, we never even imagined. Just imagine there's an app out there called PayPig. And you can look it up. You can look this app up. I'm actually going to look it up now. And what Pig is, PayPig is an app in which, for the most part, give money to women for no reason at all. It's literally an app or a person that gives money to women for no reason at all. Not because they like, not because the women said anything to them. The women are just attractive women on an app, and all you do literally is cash out the money. This is taking OF to a whole nother level, to where the women literally don't have to do anything now. All they have to do is be a part of PayPig. So let's see if this is going to take a few moments. I know it's refreshing itself, but while it's doing that, shout out to all you guys that are here. Okay, looks like we're having issues over there too. Okay, there we go. We got that. Looks like I froze for a second. Greetings, Tevin King over there on Andrea's channel. Glad that you see you're here. Let me get all this together. I'm doing too much. I am doing too much. Okay. Let's see. That's not what I was looking for. Either way, I'll try to find it a little later. But there are guys out there that are just cash apping just to be cash apping. You say, yeah, I can't do it. Don't endorse it. She literally has to do something strange for my change. Absolutely correct. But there are men out there that have no problem with just, they're lonely. And we're not talking about this. This is the funny part. A lot of times men think that attractive men, or men with the height, or men that are fit, they don't do this either. A lot of times we often assume that it's some old white dude that's just lonely. His wife died 10 years ago, and he's just some lonely guy. I don't know why this Wi-Fi is acting up today. Hope it gets a little better. Let me refresh this. Okay, cool. That looks better. But yeah, there are guys out there that have no problem with coming out of their own proceeds in order for women to live the lavish, glamorous life. And so let me see if I can get this one more time. And so, and it also says a pay pig is a person who gets sexual and psychological gratification from sending money or gifts to women. I'll say this again. A pay pig is a person who gets sexual and psychological gratification, not from the sex. There is no sex involved. There are no videos sent. This is not OF. This is pay pig. These men get psychological and sexual gratification on sending money or sending gifts to women. Typically, it is an online financial donation where they act as a financially submissive to the woman who is dominant. I kid you not. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And a lot of these guys have no problem. Okay, looks like I went offline for a second. Hope I'm back now. All right, cool. All right, like I was saying that I may do an episode this weekend on pay pig. He say, yeah, I can't do that. But so many men, they do that. He said, yeah, I can't do that. He said, I can at least go to the strip club and get a chick to rub her behind or a booty on his stuff. Yeah, you would think that, but pay pigs, no, these are just men who get gratification. It's almost like a dominatrix type of thing. That's what the website is. That's what pay pigs are. It's almost like a dominatrix type of thing, where the women demand the men to send the money, and the men love that the women demand them. That's what pay pig is about. It's about being dominated and demanded for the proceeds. And it's a big deal. I kid you not, it's a big deal. So for anybody that thinks that it's, it's far-fetched, there are a lot of guys out there. And I'm telling you, man, I mean this. I know that it's real because I see guys get off the plane and do the exact same thing. I see you guys when you get off the planes in Brazil. I see you when you get off the planes in South Africa, Rwanda, Kenya, Ethiopia. I see you when you get off the planes in Germany. I see you when you get off the planes in Thailand, the Philippines, Cambodia, and Vietnam. I see you guys when you're in Mexico and when you're in the Caribbean, when you're in Panama. I see you guys posted. And women are warning us, don't do that, guys. Don't lead with your money. Have something else to bring to the table. Yes, it is part of being a dominatrix. Yes, that's exactly what it's all. The website and everything is all about. A pay pig is a dude that receives sexual and psychological gratification from sending women money and gifts. That's exactly what it is. Yep, they want to be dominated. Shout out to T-Mac in the building once again. Let's go and get started. We got 50 people in the building. Let's get started. It's crazy how these dudes are out here doing this.
Some of y'all men out there who lead with your money immediately when you meet a woman. And I'm not talking about taking women out on dates and doing expensive dates. I'm not talking about that. I met a man in the grocery store last night and he asked me for my phone number. Mind you, there was some conversation that was had. He asked me for my phone number. I gave him my Instagram and text. I don't like getting on my phone number. That's too personal. Y'all need to learn it. That's too personal. Within
It's crazy how the new generation is. It's crazy how now you get the Instagram and not the phone number first. I see that. You know, what before I got married is you get the phone number. Now this new wave is you guys exchange Instagram, which is cool. But to see that a phone number is personal, as if somebody can jump through a phone. A person can send you the same amount of messages in a text message than they can send on Instagram too. If they want to send you 50 messages that you don't want to reply to in your DMs, it's the same thing as texting you. But that's the world of dating that I haven't experienced. I wouldn't know anything about just getting somebody's Instagram, but yeah, that's the new wave. I guess I'm an old head. Let's go back to the video.
The 30 minutes of me talking to this man, walking around the grocery store, he had put me and his close friends on Instagram and showed me all this money, tons of money that he had. And throughout the conversation, he was talking about how much money he had as well. Y'all are going to get robbed. Y'all are going to get robbed out here.
This is a woman letting you know times are tight out here in this world. And you dudes are going to get robbed. And it happens, especially when traveling. Flexing, showboating, pretending like you are the man, I am him. All that mindset will get you robbed, not just in the States, but robbed in many countries. Yeah, Chris says this. Shout out to Chris. Chris said the millennials in this generation to experience life before social media. I know, right? They don't know nothing about that. When we asked and exchanged the numbers. Let's continue on.
The saddest thing is that this man and I saw that damn money as close friends, because let me tell you something else. Putting that money in my hand, if you're not putting that money in my pocket, if you're not offering me some money, I don't give a fuck. I don't care how much money is in your Instagram story, how much money is in your pocket. I don't care. Stop leading with y'all money. I only knew that man for 20-30 minutes. I could have had anybody outside in my car waiting for a...
Well, here's a lie for you women.
And you know what the sad part is before this brother speaks? She said that she liked him too. She said I didn't get the rest of the clip, but in the other part of the clip, she says that she really liked the dude. But he led with money. There are women around the world that consider you guys attractive. I don't know why you guys play yourself like you're not attractive men. There are women that see you in other countries and believe that you are a very attractive man. Whether you accept it or not, that's on you. But the market, like Kevin Samuels used to say, dictates the product. And in the eyes of many women in other countries, you men are very, very attractive. The only problem is you don't act like you know that you're attractive. And I'm not talking about with an ego. I'm talking about with at least a little form of confidence to where you realize you bring something more to the table than your wallet. Some of you have very attractive, charming personalities. You have a great sense of humor. You're a people person. You get along with so many people. Many of you come to the table with more than one language. Come in, as soon as you land off the plane, you already know that particular language. You've been studying it a while. And yet you still lead with money or your wallet when these women are telling you, I am interested in getting to know you because you took the time out to learn our language even before you came here. I want to get to know you because you have a great sense of humor, great personality. You give off great energy. I want to get to know you because you're physically attractive. A lot of women feel this way about us around the world. But first thing we do when we get to other countries, we reach for that almighty wallet. And women are telling us now, don't do that. This woman was saying that it's dangerous, first of all. Secondly, she said, I like the guy. I really like, he messed it up. Overkill. The coochie that he wanted to get or even try to pretend to pay for, he would have got it anyway. And that's probably one of the things that probably perturbed me the most about us when we go to other countries. There are women that want to sleep with you guys and would have slept with you even before you opened up your wallet. You would have still got that coochie. And a lot of men, because of low self-esteem, don't want to admit the fact that I didn't necessarily have to open up my wallet right out the gate like I did. A lot of men don't want to admit that. A lot of men don't want to admit there have been times when you did overkill. Like we would say back in the day, you talked yourself out the coochie. So this woman is right. Yes, you can get robbed, and that's in any country. And robbery doesn't necessarily mean that she's only got somebody waiting outside for you. Robbery also means, like we see in the Philippines, Thailand, and parts of Europe, scamming. Parts of Africa, some of you guys, I've been watching scamming videos over the last couple of days of white guys in Southeast Asia and in Africa. I'm talking about white guys getting got. I just watched a video of one guy, I believe it was in the Philippines or in Thailand. He got for 5 million baht. He's an oil rig guy from Texas. Moved to the Philippines. Moved to Thailand, sorry. Married and started dating a Thai woman. Thought they had joint accounts. He's thinking that she can't sign and get money out of the account without him. She can't get any money. I mean, he can't get any money out without her. Come to find out, he said, I woke up one morning. For those that don't know what 5 million baht is in Thailand, that's right around $133,000, give or take. We're talking about getting robbed. You're flexing with your money. Well, he woke up one morning. He's used to smelling her cooking. No smell of cooking. He goes to the kitchen. No wifey. Goes to the bathroom. Wife's not there either. They've been married about 6 or 7 years. He says, I go towards, he says, something told me to go towards the closet. All her stuff is gone overnight. He says, I go look out the window. He said, something just told me, go look out the window after I looked in the closet because I'm looking to see where she was. True story. This happened last year. White dude, of course, from Texas, oil man. He says, I made it to the window just enough time to see her have a guy getting out of his car, putting her stuff in the trunk. She got in the car. He said she didn't even look back at our home. He said a few hours later, I went to the bank. Bank account is cleaned out. 5 million baht. He asked the bank manager, how is it that she can sign out without me? I've never been able to sign out without her. Absolutely correct, Crypto Dragon Emperor. How come she can sign out 5 million with ease? Because the guy didn't know the language of the paperwork that they signed when they opened up that account. She was the lead person on that account. He was secondary in case of emergencies. The bank told him she could technically do whatever she wanted with the money. Guys, we got to stop leading with these finances, dude. If you're going to have a joint account, you need to know that that's a joint account. You need to know that. You really need to know that. Or just open up separate accounts. This is sad that this man lost out. So when the sister is warning that when you lead with money, you can get robbed, it's not just somebody doing an immediate robbery, but there are people that will play the long game and rob you. Let's go back to the video.
There's a lot of men that hide behind his money. And when you learn that men are hiding behind money, he doesn't really know who he is.
We already know that.
Yeah, but they still do it.
No, we know that we're using him. So women know that. In fact, that plays into our game. So that's women know.
Gotcha.
We're well aware that
you
men
can tell
hide
which
behind.
one is.
Yeah, just like you can tell the insecure women, we can tell the insecure men, because the insecure man will offer. That's what so many guys get upset about, tricking. A lot of times, just like I said, the girls are getting naked without being asked. Men are offering to do things without a woman asking.
Before she goes any further, she's correct. These women never ask you guys to go to some of the restaurants in other countries that you take them to. They never ask you to take them to a 5-star restaurant. Well, where I go, whoever's with me, they can go. I understand that. I kid you not, I understand that. So make sure if you're going to take somebody that you better vet that person, like the brothers in the comments have been saying. If you're going to spend that type of money in another country, and I know that for you, it's only a couple $100, but for her, she thinks she's got a sucker. I'm going to say this again. Some of you, when it comes to being, some of us, let's put it like this, when it comes to being connived, scammed by crafty women in other countries, in our country, we know that she might be scamming us because, or we're overspending because we're coming out of $500, $600, $700 dinners. We're buying $2,000 bracelets and $10,000 watches, right? $15,000 purses. We know that those numbers are high. So these women know that they're getting over. Some of us don't realize it only takes $200 for a woman to know that she's scamming you in another country. Come to Colombia, buy a $200 dinner and take a stranger out with you. You think she don't know that she's scamming you and she just came up and she didn't have to ask for it? You took her. She didn't ask you to take her to that restaurant, that one of the most expensive restaurants in Medellin. You did it. And so now she found her a sucker. Now, to you, it was only $200. But to her, being a Colombiana, it might as well have been $2,000. You're just as much of a sucker to her for $200 in Cambodia than to the sister that you spent $20,000 on in the United States. Don't you ever get it twisted because you spent less that women won't look at you like you a lick, you a sucker, you a simp, you a come up. Some of these women that you guys often date in these other countries have never had a person spend $200 on a date with them. I don't care how fine she is in Colombia. There are most Colombianas have not had somebody spend $200 USD. The average, think about it, guys, let's be real. The average man in Colombia makes, even with the pay increase that they've gotten this year, makes no more than $400 to $550 a month. Do you think they're going to spend of $400 a month, they're going to spend 50% of that on one dinner? for any of these Colombian women? Less than 10 to 20% of Colombians make $3,600 a month. If you come to Colombia with $3,600 a month, you are in the top 10 percentile, top 20 percentile. $3,600 a month. You're making senator money, doctor money, attorney money, investors money. Just $3,600. So when you guys come and get off the plane and you take these women who are gorgeous, don't get me wrong, to these lavish locations, unless you had gotten off the plane, they'd never see those spots ever. And here's the kicker. They never asked you to spend that $200. They never asked the Colombian guy to spend that $200. And they never asked you to take them to that expensive restaurant with the performers on stage and the dance hall and all the fancy fixings. 3 bottles of wine. They never asked you for that. And a lot of women in the States are saying, you guys are overspending for us in ways that we never even asked you to spend. That's on you. You simped in your own mind. You assumed that she would not like you unless you showboat with your money. You assumed that. And so women are saying, we are here like this. If you're dumb enough to spend it, we'll take it. Just to give a little clarity to this statement. This is like when women say, I'm independent and I don't need a man and I'm gonna stay single, right? There are many men out there, including me when I was single, that loved independent women. I don't need no man. I don't want no relationship. I'm gonna be single. All I need is my daughter, right? Love them. I love when women say that. You know why? Because when they were horny, I was still getting the coochie. Without a relationship, you mean I don't have to court you? All I got to do is call you? I don't have to coerce you. I don't have to spoil you for your birthday. I ain't got to do none of that. You Miss Independent, You call me when you want some sex. I call you when I want some sex, and we keep it like that. So I could run through you as if I was your man without being your man. And I got to spend as if I was your man because you independent. So there are a lot of men out there, such as myself, that would keep our mouth shut. Hey, man, she independent. She only want her dogs and her cats and her ferret. Hey, I am not going to try to convince her to be in a relationship with her sexy self. I am, no. I've had women that got money, spoil your boy. I'm ready to spoil them. They spoiling me. Keep my mouth shut. They don't want a man. They will want, I kid you not, dude. I've had women that were models only want me to come over to beat the coochie up and go about my business and come back maybe next week or 2 weeks, beat the coochie up again and go about my kid you not, bro. And I know a lot of you guys can attest to what I'm talking about. We believe that hey, I'm gonna tell you something. There are a lot of us that are pro Miss Independent. Pro, I don't need no man. If I was single, I love it. I love it because I know that they still have needs to come out to feed. They're independent. They don't want a relationship, but they still out there having sex. Yeah, you have a couple of them out there talk about I'm celibate, but the other 9, 10, 15, 20 million aren't celibate. So I get all the benefits of intimacy without paying a dime in a relationship. That's how women feel when we overspend and we start with our wallets. We aren't in a relationship with them, but we are spending as if we are. Only men came up with that term, it ain't tricking if you got it. Only men, simp men said that. Only simp said that. Women never said that. Women never said to us, hey, men, you know it ain't tricking if you got it. Women never told us that. We said that. And women just said, if you dumb enough to think that, if you dumb enough said, just put it in the bag, don't look at the tag, just put it in the bag. Women say, if y'all dumb enough as men in any country to tell me to just put it in the bag, I'm gonna just put it in the bag. I never asked this fool to be stupid enough for me to have to not look at the tag, just put it in the bag. And men think it's a flex. And women are like, I ain't gonna tell him otherwise. I won't tell. Colombian women will tell you, if he says he's taking me to this restaurant and it's $200 bill this evening, I don't know him, but hey, I'll let him take me. I've always wanted to go to that restaurant. I've always wanted to go to that play. I've always wanted to go to that bar. I've always wanted to go to that lounge. I've always wanted to go to that sporting event. If this American is dumb enough to get off the plane and we're in Thailand and you take me to the best of the best in my own country, my own city, where my local men wouldn't dare do something stupid like that, I am not going to correct you. I'm going to let you get your dumb American tail or European tail off that plane. If you're dumb enough, like the one story I just told, to marry a woman that you didn't vet, put 5 million baht in a bank account, not realize and read the paperwork that you are not in a joint account, you're just a subsidiary, she's the main account holder, and she took all the money. If you were dumb enough to do that, she knew. Keep my mouth. I ain't gonna correct this fool. This fool is dumb enough to open up a bank account in my name. Sign it with me. I sign as the superior one in the account. This is literally not a joint account, but he's dumb enough to sign it. He believes my smile and my butt and my perfume is to be trusted. This woman said, keep my mouth shut. I ain't gonna say nothing. Because when I leave him for another man, I'm taking that 5 million baht with me. Some of us have a bad habit of spending money on women when they didn't even ask us to, when they weren't even expecting us to. They'd have still gave you that coochie. Would have still gave you that coochie. Let's go back to the video.
And I'm just like, I've always been a girl that works, get her own. When I first got there, do you know how many guys offered? They offer to do, like, I'm not even asking. It's very hard for me to turn down.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really fair for me to do that.
Who might tell God's child no?
Yeah, no. So I'm saying men do the same thing. And so when a man doesn't know you, but he's just offering to pay bills, or he's offering to, I was telling my friend earlier, when my son got ready to go to college, I was trying to come up with $20,000 like quick. I was like, I gotta get this money. And this guy was like, that I didn't like, was like, I'll give you the money. And so one of my other guy friends was like, tell him to give it to you in cash, like right now.
A lot of times the men that lead.
Did you hear what she said? She needed $20,000 for her son's college fund. Can we be honest? This ain't a dime, bruh. She not even a sexy six. And this is not a put down to her. I'm going to say this again. This sister right here, not even a sexy six. If we want to be real with it, and it's not a put down to her, this moment in time, I'm not even talking about her. I'm talking about you men. Some of the women that y'all spoil in other countries, I'll be looking at y'all like, so this is what you bragging about? Bruh, she's not even a sexy 6, right? A 2 in Brownsville. And she was able to get a man who she didn't even prefer, but she knew was dumb enough, simp enough, gullible enough, however you want to word it, like many of us are when we are in other countries. I'm going to keep on beating on that horse tonight. How many of us are in other countries. She knew that she had a man that she was not interested in and was able to get $20,000 with ease. And what did she say to the other dude that she told it to? So she told another man about it, right? Did she say it like, oh my God, I've got somebody that's willing to pay $20,000. He's a good man. Did she say it like that about the guy who she wasn't interested in? What do you think she said? Hey, babe, what's up? I got one. What do you mean I got one? I got a lick, a sucker, a simp. You know my son Raphael need $20,000 to get off into school this year. Yeah, you been telling me about that for a while. How come this dude, Lawan, he gonna give me the $20,000? You lying. Nope. He gonna give you $20,000. Yup. What, you give him the coochie or something? Psh, I ain't gave him the coochie in 3 months. So he gonna send you 20. Get that in cash. That's what the other man told her. Get that in cash. So she was talking about you giving as a simp to another man that was when she talked to my man about, hey, my son need 20,000. The dude who she talked to, he said, I ain't got it. So she went to the simp. The simp said, I got it. I'll get it over to you. So what happens? She goes back to the other guy who didn't even have the money and laughs at the simp along with him. Just like they do in other countries. If you think that these women are not laughing at a lot of you guys that are cosplaying multimillionaires when you come to their countries, if you think they're not going back to their cousins, they're not going back to their uncles, they're not going back to their actual boyfriends and saying, listen, I don't even know this American. I've only met him 3 days ago. And he's taking me to $500 restaurants, $250, $150. You lying. We've gone to several beaches. You know the beach that I always wanted to go to? Yeah. How come he flew me out? You lying. I've never been on a plane in my life. But this American paid for my ticket. This European paid for my ticket. He flew me to Cartagena. He flew me to Medellin. We flew out to DR together. I have never been on a plane. I never thought in my life I would ever get a chance to be on an airplane. And look at me now with my sexy self. I didn't ask him to fly me out. I don't even know him. He's doing all this for the same sex that I've been giving you. There are a lot of men in other countries that will tell their women, go ahead and go out with that fool. Bring some money back. Tell them you got a brother, your brother's birthday is coming up. And you need those new Air Force Ones. And give him my shoe size. True story. Medellin. Shout out to Medellin. Guy meets a pay-for-play in a brothel. Had such a great experience, he got her number. Hit her up on WhatsApp. How much for an overnighter? She said 50,000 pesos. She said, okay. And this was back in 2016, right? So 50,000 pesos was like, give you a nicey for next to nothing. Guy paid her 200,000 pesos back in 2016 for the first night. Woke up the next morning, took her shopping, paid her another 200,000 pesos to stay over again. The next night, he paid her another 200,000 pesos to stay over again. Took her shopping in Medellin, paid her on his last night another 200,000 pesos. Come to find out, you heard it through the grapevine, most of the gifts that the guy was purchasing or paying for, at least, were for her boyfriend in Medellin and her son. What did she ask for initially? What was the price that she asked for initially? No matter how much money you have, what did she ask for initially? No matter how much charm you have, no matter what country you have, what did she ask for initially? 50,000 pesos. Did she ask you to take her on a shopping spree? Did she ask you for 200,000 a night for 4 nights in a row? You never asked for that. But she knew to keep her mouth shut if you are stupid enough to do it. If you're dumb enough to continue to spend the way that you spend because your self-esteem is low, and let's be real, guys, this is a place of truth.
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah.
This is a place of truth. If your esteem is so low when you get off that plane to where you got to be flying chicks out that have never flown before, you got to overpay women and they tell you what they're looking for, but you still overpay. If you're buying iPhones and paying family medical bills as if that family didn't survive all these centuries before you came along, I don't know why y'all think that all of a sudden the family's legacy, the family's name is going to die off if you don't give money. Don't put that on God either. God just put it on my heart to give her this. God just put it on my heart. Just go on, girl. That's $300. Go ahead. Go. Guess what? That woman, how you think she got to the age that when you met her? What age you met her at 24? How you think she made it from 0 to 24? She was able to walk the planet without you. I don't know why you think she got to 24 and all of a sudden life got stuck. And if you don't help her out, then her life is going to be stuck at 24 for the rest of and if you don't help her mama out, the legacy and the family name will come to an end. It'll crash if I don't do something about it. Or God will convict me and condemn me if I see somebody in need and I don't help them. You ain't helping somebody because they in need. You helping somebody because you having sex with them. Let's be real. You're having sex with this person. So in exchange, you think you're able to do something nice. When the truth of the matter is, you're flying women out that will have never, ever afforded to get on a plane. Hey, sexy boo. How was church? Okay. Okay, it was one of those moments? Okay. So if they didn't ask for it, I would recommend you give them what they asked for. If they're not asking for anything, who are you to spoil them with anything? I'm not pocket watching. Like I always say, you are grown men with grown man money. But don't get mad at the market. Like Kevin Samuels would say to women. I'm saying this to you men. Don't get upset with the market if the market is saying your behavior, you are a sucker, you are a sap, you are a simp. We're going to scam you. We're going to rob you. We're going to drug you. If the market says your behavior equates to you getting scammed, your behavior equates to you getting robbed, your behavior equates to you getting drugged, don't be mad at the market because of your behavior when it comes to your money.
I was telling my friend earlier, when my son got ready to go to college, I was trying to come up with $20,000 like quick. I was like, I gotta get this money. And this guy was like, that I didn't like, was like, I'll give you the money. And so one of my other guy friends was like, tell him to give it to you in cash, like right now.
A lot of times the men that lead with money are lacking confidence or self-worth. So
How did they get to that point?
It takes a lot of work. People don't want the workload that comes with that. Like one of my favorite books is As a Man Thinketh. So I truly believe like whatever you put into your mind, you're going to get out. Like how many men look in the mirror, like a mirror over there, and say, hey, I'm worthy, I'm amazing, I can make all of my dreams come true.
Putting money before people is a really good way to protect yourself from the natural consequences of knowing people, right? Like you don't know what they gonna do. It's certain uncertainty. And if we can't sort of get to a place of like, I just have to sit with what I don't know, right? We really aren't good at dating. It sort of becomes a game of trying to predict and sort of get the other person in some sort of scorekeeping thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're really going, what did you do for me so I can do this for you? If we're even keeping that score, we're already in a bad place. That scorekeeping is a signal that you're already not getting something met. And so you're like, let me make sure I let him know every little thing that I did for him so he knows all the things he should do for me. And a lot of people, if I'm honest, a lot of women get really worried that they don't know the right way to be right now. They don't know whether the right way to be is to be hard and have a lot of...
Do not tell a woman how much money you make.
Never want to tell a woman how much money you make.
Never tell a female how much money you make, fellas.
Never tell her
how much money you about to make.
Nothing good is ever going to come from it.
Don't even tell her the potential money you gonna make.
The amount of money that you make should be implied through your actions, not your words.
If you ever feel like doing it, do this.
Here's what this is going to do.
Because it's just going to make you come across as insecure.
It's going to look as if you're trying really hard to potentially impress her.
Why do you feel the need to...
This is 100% correct. When women started asking men about a good 30, 40 years ago, well, what do? You know where that came from? Women asking men on a date, first date, what do you do? Where does your money come from? You know where that came from? That came from the simps in the 70s and 80s, bragging on what they had and what they did, to where women got comfortable with just asking every man, what do you have? What do you bring to the table? Where do you get your proceeds from? There was a time in the early 70s, 60s, and above, women weren't asking a man, well, what do you do? It was automatically implied. If you're going out with me, you already know if we met together, hey, I'm Dr. So-and-so, or I'm Mr. So-and-so, or I work at so-and-so. But women are judging you based off of your career. And that's the new wave. And if you come with the wrong answer, well, I work at Burger King, that's a completely different answer than I own a Burger King. I own one of the franchises. It's easy to sit back and share unsolicited information, instead of just saying, I do all right, I'm good. Some of you guys have been on dates with women that never ask you, what do you do? And that's cool. But some of us volunteer too much information. We talk. In other words, can I put it like this? I talk a lot on this camera. I really do. 4 or 5 hours a night, right? When me and Andrea was dating, I don't talk as much. I listen just as much as I talk. I want to hear what she has to say. In our relationship to this day, I'll sit back and I'll listen to Andrea just as much as I'll talk. Now, I may talk a little bit more, but believe you me, your girl in there, she can talk. Stop overkilling, guys, in other countries. Stop just talking and talking and talking. And I do this and I own this and I got a bunch of these. And keep your mouth shut sometimes. Let your actions speak for you. Me and Andrea were talking about this the other day. St. Francis, I believe, said this. Preach the gospel of Jesus Christ at all times. And when necessary, use words. In other words, he was saying, let your life speaks for your spiritual walk. And when necessary, use words. So it is with your economics. Those of you who are growing into new careers, those of you who are established, those of you who are great investors, and those who are new in investment, let your actions speak. And only when necessary, use words. Because a lot of times when they ask you, what do you do? Some of us try to hype it up more than what it is, or we're telling too much that a total stranger doesn't need to know. These men are absolutely correct.
Tell a woman how much money you make.
Never tell a woman how much money you make.
Hold your lips shut. Trust me, it'll save you.
It's going to look as if you're overcompensating.
Always be vague, be humble. Just be like, I do okay. Yeah, I do all right. Good enough.
It's going to also look like you're trying to lead.
Why do men lead with money? And correct me if I'm wrong, from what I see and hear, it's because of what you saw and heard. My father did it, my grandparent did. That's what they said we're supposed to do. And it's, of course, most females in society is like, what could you do for me financially? But I wish that you knew that is not what you are only needed for. You know, being a leader for your family doesn't mean controlling, dominating, or doing everything alone. Real leadership is about guidance and protection, emotional presence, and partnership.
Have you guys noticed a trend on this videos? I haven't noticed until now. The women that are telling you guys don't lead with your money only are fairly attractive women. The women on the video so far that have informed you, you don't necessarily have to lead with money only, if at all. But notice the women that are just plain Janes. Those are the ones that are draining your pockets. Every video we watched when it was just regular plain Janes, the women have no problem with draining your pockets. But some of, and I won't say all, but some of these attractive women are saying, these down-to-earth women, in other words, are saying you don't have to do that.
Is when you value each other's opinions. Is when you let her have a voice in choosing things, because sometimes she's right. It's about not, knowing that you're not doing it alone. Just because you saw it doesn't mean that has to work for your family. I wish you knew that we required emotional support from you guys, because we want to be here for you too.
Man with money is expected to share, but a woman with money is told she doesn't need a man. Same income, totally different rules. Let me explain before you get mad. In our culture, men are taught from day one that if they're not earning, they're failing. If they can't provide, they're not real men. If they don't pick up the check, they're broke or stingy. A man's value is often reduced to his financial output. Now flip the script. When women become successful, we don't expect them to carry anybody. In fact, we celebrate it as a form of freedom. Yes, queen, you're independent. She doesn't need a man. He's expected to provide, but she's expected to escape. Because if we really want partnership, then we need to stop placing all the financial burden on one side, while celebrating freedom on the other.
If men use money for power, what do women use for power?
Pussy.
So if women use pussy for power, how is it a man's world?
It's still a man's world. Women don't get paid the same as men. There's still a pay wage gap. Women have to take off.
Provision is not money. Provision is infrastructure. If a man has the ability, the mind, the mental sharpness, and the fortitude to come into your life and provide real infrastructure.
Don't forget that word. Infrastructure. He's absolutely correct. Some of us, you guys are doing extremely well economically. Some are on the uphill climb and some are on the decline for a moment, right? Women are not looking for just good women that you're vetting are not just looking for money. I know you assume that. Beautiful women, all beautiful women want money. All women want infrastructure. Your economics is a part of the infrastructure. Let's put it like this. You could be a guy that makes money, but if you're stingy, is that a good infrastructure for a woman? I'm gonna say this again. Let's say you were a multimillionaire, but you were stingy, frugal, if you will. Does that make for a good infrastructure for this woman to walk into? Every time she goes to the grocery store, she only gets $200. You're a multimillionaire, but hey, multi, not one, not five, multi. But she gets $200 a week for groceries. Is that a good infrastructure? You're a multimillionaire, but you never purchase security for the house because you guys have a nice home, but you never purchased any form of security for the house. Is that a good infrastructure? You made money, but your communication with your wife is completely off. Is that a good infrastructure? And all the structures that I've described, that's not good infrastructure. So all you guys that think that all I need to bring to the table is money and I can get a Colombiana, all I need to bring to the table is money and I can get a woman in the Philippines, I can get a sexy Thai chick, I can get one of these tall, sexy European women. No, you can't. You could get her temporarily, yes. And if you only want her temporarily, cool, I'm with you. We're not debating that. This is Love Crossing Borders channel. We don't talk about temporary on this channel. We focus on longevity on this channel. And when it comes to longevity of relationships, if you think that because you got off a plane and you got proceeds in your bank account and that is all it takes to keep her faithful, watch her cheat on you dudes. Go ahead, watch her. If you think that that's all it takes, go ahead, watch her cheat. You don't have to spend any quality time with her because you got money. You don't have to hear her out. You got money. You don't have to have any spiritual growth with her in a relationship because you got money. You don't have to spoil her and then let her spoil you because you got money. All you dudes that think like that, I have yet to see your situation work out. I'm gonna say this again. All you dudes that only lead with money, I have yet to ever see you guys' situation work out. You are always getting scammed. You are always in divorce court. You are always getting robbed. You are always getting hustled. I have yet to meet the man that said, I led with money and I got a quality woman out of the deal. Never seen him. I've never met him. Maybe one of you guys in the comments have done that. I led 100% with money. As soon as I met her to this day, and we've been together and has been happy. I know billionaires that couldn't pull that off. I know billionaires that couldn't pull that one off. Elon Musk is not even stupid enough to sit back and say, if I lead with money, I can have a quality relationship with a woman. All I got to do is lead with money, nothing else. So if billionaires can't pull that off, go ahead, put in the comment section, how do you think that you can pull that off in other countries? You just get off the plane and just flip your wallet open, drop your credit cards, your black cards on the table, and it's just quality women coming your way everywhere you turn. I have yet to see any of you dudes get off the plane, put a black card down, and end up with a quality woman. If you have, put it in the comment section. This is a place of truth. This is the barbershop. If I tell you guys my stories, why can't you share with me yours? Seriously, if you've been able to be that, I want to meet them. I've yet to meet. Hey, listen, I want to get your autograph. I want to take a photo with you and everything because you are so rare. You need to be in a museum somewhere. You need to be holding seminars along with Tony Robbins. If you're the one of few men that were able to take a black card, put it on the table, and end up with a woman that's quality of all qualities. I'm talking about she traditional, down to earth, supportive, submissive. She does everything. And all you had to do was drop a black card. That was it. No? Bueller? I'm looking at the comment section. Bueller? None of y'all? So why do we do it? Why do when we go to these other countries, we assume as men that all it takes is dropping the black card? If we know that you would not meet, or we've never met any brother that was able to do that, drop a black card, you got a quality woman. The only place I've ever seen that happen, you ready? Cinderella. The prince had money. Cinderella changed around. She came to the ball, lost her slipper. Here come the prince, Mr. Baller, and returned the slipper. And she became rich again. The only other place I've ever seen that was Richard Gere and Julia Roberts in the movie Pretty Woman. She was a street pay-for-play woman of the night that he hired. And all of a sudden, by the end of the movie, they're magically in love, but it's a pay-for-play that he hired. And all of a sudden, she's this quality, elegant, ladylike woman. Yeah, if you want to go to the movies and fairy tales, yeah, you can drop the black card and end up with a quality woman. Yes, you can. You ain't got to do nothing else. Richard Gere didn't have to do nothing else. All he had to do was go to the hood, get a nasty piece of trash character that Julia Roberts was playing, right? Come on, that's what Pretty Woman was all about. Richard Gere goes down, gets Julia Roberts out of the trashy streetwalker, cleans her up, and now she's elegant. Cleans her up with the black card, and now she's ladylike and submissive and cooperative and all. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that one at all. Let's continue on, gentlemen. Let's continue on.
Then he is a provider. There are seasons in a person's life where they 50 might not look like half the bills, but if he shows up in other ways to supplement and make it make sense, you got to understand that. And I'm sorry, ladies, I'm not sending this as a shot to discourage you, sending it as a shot to wake up. If the only thing you know of provision is a paycheck, then you know nothing of it. If that's what you think a man being a provider is, you have no clue what a real provider is supposed to do. That's why so many kept women are lonely.
I'm gonna get called to pick me for this, but a lot of y'all chicks be giving Mr. Crab. It just be money, 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 money. Like, goodness, it's starting to give that you don't got it on your own, and that's how you make your living. Now, if you and a man is laying up and you can't even ask him for nothing, or if you do ask him for something and he say no, that's a different scenario. But I don't meet a man and just instantly expect for him to pay my bills, pay for my hair, my nails. I don't expect that. If you want to do that, I genuinely appreciate that. But I just feel like everything is not about money. Nobody even takes the time to get to know a man. Listen, I've dated men with 7-figure businesses and men who will literally pay for anything I want, and they will literally pay my rent, but that does not mean that they are worth it. It's really about your intention for me. Like, it's all about intent. So with that being said, y'all have to stop being so greedy and just being money, money, money. Mama, where's me money? Where's me money? Can you pay for me hair or nails? No. Hashtag, it's not just about money. Gosh.
I feel like a lot of black men don't be providers for real.
Ooh. They don't what?
They don't be providers for real. Like, they don't have a mindset of, I'm gonna go and take care of my family. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to take care of my family. You got black men who's like, God damn it, I gotta provide. Like, it's an issue that they gotta provide.
I don't think I agree with that, but I mean, are you talking about like 20%, 50%, 75%? I think every man wants to provide. Some just can't. They don't have the skills to, you know?
Okay, well, let's just talk about the men that can. I just feel like they want it for themselves.
You have a boyfriend, right?
I do.
Is he black?
He's black, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
So he's a part of the
1% that are not like that.
Exactly. It's rare. That's why women are gravitating outside of black men, is because if I say I want a man to provide, it's an uproar. Like, why is that such a problem?
I was just scrolling, I see a man talking about instead of sending her good morning text, send her $500. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you meet a man who instantly lead with his money, that is not a man. Yeah, he can provide and pay for everything, whoop-de-doo. But guess what? He buying your lifestyle comes with a price. I'm not going to disclose who I had this conversation with or how I know this person. But I had a conversation with somebody who was like that. Verbatim, of course. He said, if I'm funding your lifestyle, paying for everything, when I come home from work, I want a hot meal on the plate ready. When I get out the shower, I need you. I want you on your knees. He's not asking. He's demanding. He's commanding you. He's telling you. What? With those kind of men, you know what happens when you say no? Those privileges go away. You know what I'm saying? Not only those privileges go away, you might go away right after that. Like, yo, you don't want to do it? Fine, somebody else gonna appreciate it. And you'll get the next one. He ain't no working things out with you. That's what he says goes. He buying you. He bought you. You came with a price. And the second you change your price, you want to put respect on your name. He never respected you to begin with.
Listen, when you lead with money, you are leading with no purpose. The men that lead with money to attract women, you will be single and alone for the rest of your life. Let me tell you something. You're going to be alone forever. Because once that money runs out, and I don't know but once it runs out, you're nothing. Because you led with money. The men that actually attract women have the whole package. They're financially stable, they're attractive, and they have their shit together, and they're ambitious. But when you lead with money, I can do this for you, I can do this, shopping sprees, private jets, blah, 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 you're creating your own downfall because you're hollow. You have nothing else to provide but money. And as you know, money is not always the solution. It has to be a part of the equation, though. You have to have money. But when you lead with it, you're creating your own downfall.
If you do not have money as a man, what is your worth? And I'm asking this as a genuine question.
Women literally hold the portal to life between our legs, and whether we decide to use it or not, or have the ability to use it or not, it's still there. And that's why women will always be worth what we are. But
before she goes any further, you know why she can say what she said? She asked a question, just in case you guys didn't hear it. She said, for men that aren't making money, what is your worth? And I might be paraphrasing. I'll bring it back. What is your worth other than your money? We women have the portals to life, as if that portal is any good without our seed. As if them being incubators of life means anything without our seed. Women say that as if all women are incubators and good incubators of life. There are some women that are fertile, can have great kids, 8, 9 kids, 10, 12 kids, no problem. And there are other women, they just can't have any children in the millions. So not all women are incubators of life. Secondly, the reason why she can say what she said is because men have never leveled the playing field of sexual intimacy. We've put sex with her on such a pedestal for so many generations not because of the sex, but because of the incubators of life. We've put them on this pedestal, and they think that their body parts outweigh in the market our body parts. They think that because we enjoy sex and they enjoy sex, we should pay for the sex. Who laid that foundation? Men. We did. We put their coochie up here because we don't wine and dine, and we sit back and we cater. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's part of getting to know somebody, see if it's going to go somewhere. It's part of the vetting process. But over time, women actually think that our body parts mean nothing and our wallets mean everything. So right here, it's their body part and our wallets, not body part and body part. There are too many men that push that wallet narrative so much that now women believe that it's their body part, and all they don't need to bring charm. They don't need to bring cooperation, submissiveness. They don't need to bring spirituality. They don't need to bring peace. None of that. They don't need to bring none of that. As long as their body looks good and they bring their vagina. None of it matters but the vagina. And it's us men who how can I say, confirmed, okayed this type of mindset. We're the ones that came out with the term back in the day. Oh my gosh, she's so fine. I drink her bathwater. We're the ones that made the songs, just put it in the bag. We're the ones that make the songs, and you can have whatever you like. We wrote those songs. We put our money right here. Instead of it being body part, valuing body part, when it comes to sexual intimacy, it's now body part and wallet, and your body part it's par for the course. And we laid that foundation. We laid that foundation. And here's the irony. For those that say a woman's body part is more valuable and your wallet is equivalent to her body part, guess who she gonna get that body part to for free? Keith down the street. Keith down the street is body part, orgasm. She gives him one, he gives her one, she gives him one. Keith hasn't had to come out of the level of money that you've had to come out of because you said body part and your wallet. You said that. In a lot of ways, I kid you not, guys, in a lot of ways, we can't get mad at the ladies. We can pretend like, oh man, I just want, you can huff and puff all you want. When these lights go out on this live stream, you guys know you're going to get on that plane next week and you're going to go out there to DR and you're going to overspend. Let's be real. In Thailand, in Germany, in Finland, in Norway, you're going to overspend. This live stream tonight is just for entertainment purposes only, not education. Most men that are watching this live stream and after don't care. In other words, after this live stream, her coochie will still be up here and your wallet would be up here, because that's how you value yourself as a man, through your wallets. When you go to other countries, you don't think that your body part is an even exchange. Now, there are some of us, yes, you crazy, girl. I'm giving you good love, you giving me good love. But to others, you think your wallet is your fair exchange, and now women believe you. I'll say this again. Women are arguing. This woman isn't saying anything that men haven't already said. Your body part, your intimacy that you offer is inferior to hers. Therefore, in exchange, you've got your wallet. And so money trumps my body part, according to many men. Money trumps. My sex game can be trash. Why? Because my money trumped it. I don't have to put in the real sexual work that she's about to put in. Why? My money trumps it. Women look, and women are like, I'm not going to change my aim. Okay. If it wasn't true, how many of you guys have been with a paper plate and she orgasmed? She orgasmed, right? Oh, some of you guys have been with plenty of paper plays and she orgasmed like crazy because she enjoyed it like you did. A body part with a body part. After it was all over, she orgasmed, you orgasmed. Who paid for their orgasm? The paper plate orgasm too, right? Oh, she bust 3? Oh, she bust 3. Okay, cool. She bust 3. Whether she was faking or not, she bust 3, right? You got your 1 or 2 off, right? Which one of you two had to pay for the orgasm? Because that person's body part in your eyes was more valuable than yours. You paid. You know why? Because society has programmed men to believe that even if you give a pay-for-play orgasms, in other words, she's enjoying the moment as much as you do, your sexual enjoyment with her, or her sexual enjoyment with you, has no value. Come out of that wallet. Come out of that wallet. Come on, Charles, let's be real. Most men are going to get off. It's rare that most men don't get off. We all got a story of here and there, but most of the time we got off. So let's be real with it. Society has programmed us to believe that we as men, it's not fair exchange with our bodies. Two bodies are not a fair exchange. And that's globally. That's globally. We believe, and this is the irony of it. This is the crazy irony of it. You would think, based on metrics, that our body would be the one that holds the most value. Why? Just based on metrics. There are far less heterosexual men on this planet than heterosexual women. You would think that the person that has the less numbers would be the one that's valued and most in demand, right? You would think that. But because of how we have hoisted our wallets up to be equal to her sexual sexiness or sex that she gives, we treat the ones that are the most numerically as if they're the rarest. We treat women that are beautiful as if they're rare, when there is no scarcity of beauty on this planet. None. None. There may be countries that have a little bit more, a little bit less, but there is no scarcity of beauty on this planet. But since we treat women and put them on such a high pedestal, and I'm not saying don't do that, because like I said, after these lights go out, y'all gonna do what you want to do anyway. That's why this live stream is for entertainment, not education. You're gonna do what you want to do anyway, man. Y'all, come on, let's be real. You're gonna get off the plane in Medellin, and you're gonna lose your mind, and oh my God, they're so beautiful in Brazil. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm in the Philippines. You're gonna do all that anyway, and you're gonna put your wallet up here like you always do. You're gonna put the coochie right here, and then you're gonna do the negotiations. Whether you're doing pay for play, whether you're doing a date, doesn't matter. This is how men have been programmed to do it. This is how women have been programmed to do it. Doesn't mean that it's right. We're the rarity. How is it that we're the rare ones on the planet, but yet we treat them with the kid glove of scarcity? We treat them and we have such low self-esteem, and they can insult us, and they can talk about us, and they can talk mean to us, and they can get restraining orders or whatever it is, whatever madness that you put up with in the name of some coochie, whatever mouthiness that you put up with in the name of some coochie, whatever you tolerate in the name of some coochie. When numerically, the moment that she opens up her mouth and talk crazy to you, you should have been walking out the door, because there's 30 to 60 more within a 50-mile radius that'll treat you better than that one woman would. But you don't go anywhere. And this is why women believe the lie, the myth that they are special, because we, with our wallets, treat them as such. We do. We do. We'll take a hot ball for a chick that we've been knowing for 2 weeks. Man, that's a woman, dog. You don't talk to women like that. And we'll showcase it. Let's say the woman is in a store. You've been knowing her for 2 weeks. She's in a store. All of a sudden, she started talking crazy to the guy that's in the line in front of her. He turns around like, "Excuse me, miss, I'm trying to just finish off this transaction. I'll be done in a minute." But no, she's steady cursing. "Here you go, Mr. Hero." And I've seen this plenty of times. Here you go. You know, you only been knowing this heifer 2 weeks. That's it. No more, no less. You didn't even know she was actually on the planet. "Hey, bro, you don't talk to the sisters like that. That's a queen, bro. You don't talk to them like that, dog. Well, what's up? We can take this outside, bro. We can take this out." You would be willing to get a hot ball popped in your throat, bleed out for a chick that you've been only knowing 2 weeks, because society told you her life is more valuable than your life. And since she's with you, you should jeopardize the one thing that you can't get back. Even though you've only known her 2 weeks, both of you are standing there in that same store. Jeopardize the one thing you can never get back. Time. Your life. And society has trained men to believe that even though numerically gorgeous women are in the billions, we still treat them as if they're only a couple thousand. Some of you are on suicide watch right now. We got brothers on suicide because of a gorgeous chick. I got a partner. I've mentioned this before. He's got the looks, he's got the charm, he owns his own home, he has everything. He only dates unattractive, big women. I asked him one day why. Because he got his heart broken when he was younger by one hot chick. We as men put this mental pedestal on hot chicks as if they don't use the bathroom, as if they, the sun evolves around them. They never experience winter. They're hot, just perfect. They don't sleep. They just float above the bed. And when he got his heart hurt by a hot chick, instead of realizing that's one and she could be replaced, he, from that day on, true story, only dates 200 plus, 300 plus girls that are unattractive. And like I say, he has the looks, he's got the money, he's got his car, he's got his career, he's written books, he's done movies, like literally produced his own movies, owns his home, and you will not see him with a hot chick. And I hear some of the things, I've been reading what you guys have been putting in the comment section. And I'm gonna tell y'all, some of the stuff that I've been reading over the last maybe 20 minutes, I agree with most of it. Some of it sounds like you guys are speaking out of hurt. I don't trust that. I don't trust this. I don't blame you. If I got hurt by hot chicks, or I noticed my friends got hurt by hot chicks or attractive women, I wouldn't trust them either. But since I've never experienced that with hot chicks, and most of my boys haven't experienced that with hot chicks, I can't relate. So I'm not here to judge on something I can't relate to. But I can speak on this. For those of you who are here, we got 54 here. Gentlemen, do yourself a favor in 2026. Slowly take women off the mental pedestal because of their beauty. They're just regular people. I know it's going to be hard because some of these women they look like angels from above with their beauty. If it was that great when it came to their beauty, why are most hot chicks still single? If being hot was a guarantee of getting a man, how come most hot chicks never get a chance to jump the broom? In most of these countries, the baddest of the baddest baddie been ran through. The most attractive, most gorgeous in Colombia. And some of you guys can attest to this. I'll say this right out loud, and guys can put this in the comments. The baddest of the baddest baddies in Colombia ain't nothing but somebody's side chick. Some dudes jump off. He throw a few dollars, but his real wife or his real girlfriend is at the house. But the hot chick, that's just a jump off. The ones that y'all drool over in Colombia ain't nothing but somebody's side chick, dog. Side chicks don't get the ring. Stop treating them like that. I'm gonna say that again. the hot chicks on the regular get smashed and trashed. But it's rarely you see a Colombian 10, 11, 12 walking down the aisle. A Brazilian 10, 11, 12 walking down the aisle. Those are side chicks, brother. But she's so fun. She's a side chick, brother. Some of y'all come to Colombia and drool over women that are some dude's side chick. You coming out all that money, and that dude be like, listen, go and get that money, baby. Go bring that American money back to us. He don't care. There are dudes in Colombia that y'all think y'all smashing these women. These women in Philippines, women that are in Thailand, y'all really think that you have her as your number one. You are not her number one dude. You have her as the main chick that you got in Thailand. Dude, you number 3 on the list. Number one dude ain't got no money. And he ain't tripping. When I was in the States and I was married and I had side chicks, I ain't trip on the side chicks. Side chicks were gorgeous. I ain't trip on them. Do what you want to do, girl. You a side chick. Man, how'd you get her, man? She ain't nothing, dog. She a side chick. And some of you dudes can attest to that. Yes, in Colombia, most of your hottest chicks ain't nothing but jump offs, dog. Only we getting off the plane and drooling over these chicks. White dude in jail right now. Think about it, fellas. White dude in jail right now doing 42 years in the Colombian prison. 42 years. He looked like he was already 40 plus when he did his crime and deleted that Colombian DJ a few years ago in Bogota. Because we put their coochie and their beauty on these pedestals instead of saying, you cheat on me, I get another one. I got enough money to get another one. What did he do? He used his money to fly back to Colombia and delete the young lady on cameras, not realizing that all these Airbnbs and hotels have cameras in the halls. That scarcity mindset, gentlemen, we got to get rid of it. I believe that once men start, I really believe in my heart, once men get rid of the scarcity mindset, that's when simping will start to go down. As long as we treat women like they're scarce, once again, there are billions of gorgeous women in the world. I didn't say all 9 billion people are attractive. I said, but there are a lot of gorgeous women in the world. We treat the beautiful ones as if they're scarce, and they're not. Beauty is not rare on this planet. Men, once we get past that, once we get past treating beauty as if it's rare when it's not, especially in countries like Brazil and South America and Colombia and Peru, that's when the simping economy will crash. But as long as we treat women as if their beauty and that booty and that coochie is rare, we'll always have to lead with our wallets. Always.
As a man, if you cannot protect your family, provide for your family, give abundance to your family of wealth and happiness, what are you worth?
Why do simps send women and girls money for no reason? I have no idea. The best thing I can tell is that's their only way to get some praise or some attention from a beautiful girl. They don't want to earn it. They don't want to develop a dynamic personality. They don't want to have great pickup lines. They don't want to look strong and powerful and have a desirable body. They don't want to work hard for the success or the nice car or the home or whatever status or prestige a man can get. They don't want to do that. They would have to spend the money on themselves, building and developing themselves instead. Let me just send this chick $25 through a PayPal or a Cash App, and she's going to do a shout out to me and say thank you and praise my name or put my name on her banner or whatever. There's no honor in that. It's very temporary, but most of these guys probably believe that's the only way they can get time or attention or a shout out from a pretty girl.
Money has never been the reason to be the man. Money does not make you the man. Made the money. Money never made the man. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Yeah. And this is why some of the biggest simps in the world are men with money, because they lead with their money. They lead with their wallet. Yeah. That doesn't command you respect. It's just gonna mean that women are gonna come for you with their money. You know what I'm trying to.
In the words of LL Cool J, man makes the money. Money never made a man. Money exposes a man. Alcohol exposes a man. Drug use exposes a man. Money, drugs, alcohol has never, ever made a man. If you don't know how to act in life and you aren't secure around beautiful women without money, you will be insecure around women when you got money. If you are a lame without money, you are a lame with money. In the United States, or even if you fly out of the United States, you are still a lame. You just so happen to have proceeds to amplify, because that's all money does. Drugs expose who you are. Alcohol exposes who you are, amplifies who you are. If you're a person that drinks and you call them people that I can drink, but I get quiet, I get laid back, I'm cool. Or you're a person like me, I could drink and I be social and I'm on the dance floor and I'm cool. Or if you want the people that drink and you got to fight everybody in the club. That alcohol help expose who you already were. So it is with money. All of us men know this. You've heard this 100 times over. Money only exposes who you are. So if you are insecure about beautiful women before you had money, you will still be insecure with beautiful women after you have money. And that's why so many men that are simping around the world, because they now have money, they now have a passport, but they still are insecure and they hide it or hide behind it with the proceeds. With the proceeds. Let's continue on.
Say to you, but if you're a man that leads as being a man and you have money, those two things make you unstoppable force.
Great spacing. Something about me. Y'all know I like a little groove. A little groove session ain't never hurt nobody.
Flying out with you and get the room with 2 beds. You said he did too much, I pick you up, you stupid.
He calling out all y'all motherfuckers simp ass that be trying to throw that money to get the girl. Get it with your personality. It's something different with me. I want to finish this actually.
My homeboy just paid a girl's rent within 2 hours of talking to her. All right,
let that sink in. His homeboy paid a female's rent within 2 hours of conversing with the young lady. 2 hours.
This has to stop. This is the first stage of being a simp. Men, we have to stop doing this. When you lead with money, all she gonna expect from you is money. Now what's she gonna expect next month? For you to pay her rent. The following month for you to pay her rent. That's what happens when you lead with money. How do you pay a girl's rent that you just met 2 hours ago? That's not even logical. Y'all men have to stop being simps. This is simping behavior 101. How are you going to find a girl that truly likes you if you sending her money within 2 hours of meeting her? Make that make sense. If you're not my girl, I'm not sending you money. Or if we not at least talking, I need to get to know you. You don't know how this chick gonna turn out.
So all the girlies are on PayPig TikTok now, and I'm living for it. I used to have a couple PayPigs back in my day, and that was probably one of the more financially stable times of my entire life. Because if you don't know what a PayPig is, they will literally send you money. They're men, older men, that will literally send you money just for the fuck of it. Just because they get off on sending money to pretty girls.
Let's go to PayPig. Let's see if what she's saying is correct. This is one of the PayPig sites. You see where it says PayPig sign up. I could sign up for an account. $100. In many cases for conversations, in some cases, no conversation. This young lady might be new for $5 per minute. Per minute. $5 right here for conversation. And in many cases, no conversation. Just you paying. That's what a PayPig is. It's you men who look at these women with scarcity.
Feet, a pretty face, literally, they will pay your bills and expect nothing in return. Literally, they won't ask for any or anything like that. They will literally just take your Cash App, your Venmo, your PayPal, Apple Pay, whatever you're comfortable with, and if you post it and they are a real PayPig, they will send you money just for you to humiliate them. Some of them don't even want you to like speak to them. They will just take your Cash App and send you money because they get off on that. So this is my formal application to get back onto PayPig Talk because I missed you. I missed you so bad. And I just got a fresh pedicure done, so...
Name 5 things that you have to offer a man.
Nothing, and nothing.
You ate with that one.
Thank you, best friend. Nothing.
What do you need from a man who you're gonna take seriously?
Money.
That's all you look for. You're not serious though.
I am serious.
So why would a man even want to look your way if you can't add value to his life?
Well, dog, if you got the bag down.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Try to spend the money down.
So let's say the man has the bag and he wants to spend the money. What does he get back?
I asked him out a question like, what's my favorite color? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nigga. Yeah, let's get to know each other. What color is my motherfucking real hair?
Well, we don't keep it shallow over here. We talk about real stuff. And when it comes down to the money, why does your man have to have it?
Because I get it.
So how much you make then?
That's none of your business. I'm a nurse, and it's none of your business.
So how much do you want your man to make?
He needs to be in the streets.
Stay down so we come up.
You want a hood guy while you're in the medical field?
I want a good guy, bad guy, whatever brings the money and make me richer. That's what it is. If he can't pay all my bills and take care of what else I got going on, and then no.
Even plain Jane women can talk to you guys like this. I say this again. You can run it back. Wasn't nothing special about those ladies. And yet, they expect the same thing as if they were special.
Women aren't the problem. The simps are. Yes, I said it. Simps destroyed the modern dating world. They enabled entitlement. They killed feminine accountability. Why do women think they can disrespect men with no consequences? Because a simp will still chase her. Why do women think they deserve a 6-figure guy while bringing nothing to the table? Because a simp will give her money just for existing. Why do women think they can't leave a good man and come back later? Because a simp will still answer her calls. Simps reward bad behavior. Simps validate toxicity. Simps inflate egos that don't deserve inflation. Simps make bare minimum women feel like goddesses. And the real men end up suffering because the bar is so low. She doesn't need loyalty. She has simps. She doesn't need respect. She has simps. She doesn't need to work on herself. She has simps. You know why most women don't improve? Because simps make them believe they don't have to. Men, let me put you on game. Stop liking every picture, giving attention for free. Stop chasing women who won't add any value to your life. A woman only improves when she realizes attention is earned, not given. If men stop simping for 30 days, the entire market would correct itself. Women would have to bring peace. They would have to bring femininity. They would have to bring accountability instead of entitlement, attitude, and chaos.
Men couldn't last 30 days not being simps. He said, if men stop simping for 30 days, the market will correct itself. I say this, the average man cannot stop simping for 30 days. Hell no. Hell no. The average man cannot stop simping over beautiful women for 30 days. You'll never see that mass movement. Men don't care. As long as we got wallets and more money we put in our wallets, the more we will simp. And any man that sits back and say it's not that bad, it is that bad. It is that bad. We laugh at Russell Wilson as if he's the only Russell Wilson out there. As if he's the only one that said, I'll be a stepdad, I'll simp it out. And many stepdads are living miserable in many marriages and relationships, but we'll simp it out because she's cute. It'll never be a time in history ever again that men will not simp. It is what it is now. And even ugly women or plain women can get money from y'all. So be it.
Simps ruined woman. So stop simping and start leading and watch how fast the world will change.
You do not have to fuck a nigga for them to give you their money.
So why you keep the gook around?
The gook gonna do what you say.
They calling y'all gooks now. So you're not just a simp, you're a gook. And the gook is gonna do what you say. Look at this woman. Look at this. This is your queen. This is who y'all simp over. This is who she just said, you don't even have to have sex with the gook. Start using that one. Start using that simp gook term. Yep, she's a 3-tech. And yet and still, dudes will drool over her. She said, dudes are sending the money. I don't care if it's only sending her $5. It's the fact that you sent the $5 to her.
They gonna send you the money.
What's your roster placement? Who playing the main? I know you got some gooks.
I got a couple of dummies, but then I got one nigga that's on my top roster. Like, he that right now.
What he do to be that?
Fuck nigga just different. Like, this fuck nigga just different. Like, I don't know. You do not have to fuck a nigga for them to give you their money. It's always a nigga that's bigger than the program. But I'm not gonna let you know that you bigger than the program. They gonna be like, why you ain't answering the phone? My car broke down. Oh, why you ain't tell me? Or my light bill off. Or I'm trying to get my shit together. Why you ain't tell me? They gonna send you the money.
Does the gook ever get like cap? No. All of that they be doing, they don't get no.
For the goop. I'm waiting for the bus.
Of the guys who you've never met in person, what's the biggest amount that a dude sent you that you never met him?
It's a lot. It's a healthy 6 figures.
6, like in one transaction.
Yes.
Some.
Look at there. Look at this chick. Looks like she's in her 40s, if not 50s. And she said the largest transaction that a man has ever sent her that has never met her, 6 figures. Sometimes you want to give up on even talking to men to convince them. Because I see men cry on social media about how women don't take us serious. Man, we don't take ourselves serious. Let's be real, fellas. Come on, let's be real with it tonight. There's not that many here. I was not expecting a lot of guys. When I put together this particular live stream, talking directly to men, I promise you, I was not expecting a lot of people to be here anyway. I was not. I could have put together a video talking about Anton Daniels or talking about modern women, and I promise you, it'd have been 150 people here all day long. But when it's time for us men to do a self-analysis while we travel to these other countries, nobody want to talk about that. And you're right. David is 1,000% correct. Dre, please stop trying to help these simps. They make it easier for us men in the chat. Women love when a man says no. This is true. Has order and standards. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Right. Them 6 racks could have went on XRP for real. Seriously. I'm with you on that one. And once again, sent her 6 figures and never met her.
Dude sent you like 2 Bitcoin or some shit? Any Bitcoin? You ever received crypto?
No.
No crypto?
No, I wouldn't be against it, but no, it was
You're open to crypto.
US fiat, and have the government got half of it because it's income. You're welcome, state and feds.
Do you know any like gay dudes that like just send people money without meeting them?
Right?
Because I'll take a couple bucks.
You should, sir.
Throw me a few dollars. As long as I don't have to meet them, like.
I mean, that's kind of what you're getting right now with the.
Whoa, wait, holy shit. That's kind of true.
A guy would be up and be like, oh, okay, big money. Like to a woman, it's like cringe. Why are you even like?
But
That's
Unique.
crazy.
If you're saying not you, but as a some of these women, if they're like, oh, I got my own money, I got this and that, I got this and that.
Of course, that's what you're gonna attract.
You pay for it.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what you're living with.
But
If you
see,
were
this
going
is
out
the
with a man
thing.
like that.
See, this is the thing though. Rightfully so. Yes, men hear women say that and then they want to do that and act in that way. However, then men meet women that are more so traditional and are like, wait, no, you're supposed to pay for the date. And then he's like, well, that's not how I do it. That's not what I'm used to.
Yeah, I got these hanging earrings. You paying for the date. You opening the doors. We're doing things differently today because I'm Gen Z.
And so from a behavioral health perspective, right? If you think of like the last generation where a lot of children were raised without a father in the house. And so the dominant parent was a mother who was the breadwinner. Like, how much do you guys think that that's impacted the way in which, those who are dating now view the world?
If you want to find true love, don't send money to anybody. A lot of guys complain that women want money. Well, duh! Everybody needs money. Everybody wants money. But if you're set the boundaries in the beginning. If you don't want to send money to someone, then don't send money. Right?
True.
She only got money from me. She only wants money from me. And then when I don't give her money anymore, she's gone. She was a scammer. I disagree with you because guess what? You probably send her money the first month that you're in a relationship with her.
Didn't establish boundaries.
Yes. That's why I always tell the people here in the live and in TikTok, don't send money. If you want to find true love, don't send money to anybody.
Send that girl $1,500 to her Cash App right now. No more 50-50. We ain't playing that roommate. Gotta start treating these women like the goddesses that they are. We should be honored. Are serious? That they are in our lives. You taking on a date, you need to buy an outfit before you take her on that date. Are you dumb? Do you know how honored
Now realize he's being sarcastic.
we should be just to be in their presence?
Bruh.
We should not only pay for their living, assume all financial responsibilities that they have. We should feed them, praise her daily, and always remember, she is the prize.
Oh, no.
Y'all argue? It's your fault. She cheated. It's your fault. You are here to serve her. So stay focused. Yo, we about to do numbers. Them hoes gonna love this. You know, all you gotta do is tell them hoes whatever they want to hear about it. Bro, what's so
Okie dokie. Simps, nice guys, and provider men all lose in the end. Simps put women on pedestals and will sacrifice their self-respect in order to try and make her happy. They simply do this just because she's a woman. A nice guy will be super agreeable with women. He will say okay to everything and agree with her no matter what. A provider man only sees his value in giving money, paying for everything to keep her happy. These types of men are not authentic. They are approval seeking and overcompensate. They all lack self-respect. They often have low self-worth. They are usually placeholders for the men that women do end up liking. And these guys tend to get used. They get used for money, for attention, for an ego boost. When you act in one of these three ways, respect is lost. Because respect is lost, attraction goes down, and so does love. These men often think they are doing what's right, but it lowers their worth in women's eyes. When they are tired of these men, they end up leaving. Do not let yourself go down this path. Once you simp, are a nice guy, or a provider, it's the beginning of the end, because respect is lost. Drop a follow for more. Drizzle drizzle.
I went to a Van Cleef store and let me grab one bracelet. And then I was like, I think it came up to like a 1,800. As I was about to check out, it was this guy who was just like, a pretty girl like you just gonna get one. Ooh. And to testify, it is on me right now. Like these is on.
So she just showed you guys a bracelet. A wealthy man randomly spent $5,000 on her in Van Cleef, followed by a date. He's ready to propose. She, ladies, put yourself out there. Random dude. Yeah, we done, fellas. There are some of us that are the remnant, the few, but most men, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for most dudes. And I mean that on a global basis. You know, we study men globally. It's a wrap for most dudes.
I've not taken this bracelet off. I take shower with it.
Wait. Okay.
I didn't see him when I was choosing or looking at him. I don't know where he came from. I swear. I was like, I just smiled and like I was like, he said that. Like I just like turned. I was just like.
And yet on YouTube, because she's on one of those little I'm looking for a man YouTube shows. So even after this dude spent that money on a bracelet, took her out on a date, she still end up rejecting him and ending up on this YouTube show to tell the tale.
So what are you gonna do about it? And then he was like, I don't know how to take care of it. So from there, he took me to downtown. We had a cocktail. We had a drink. We just talked. And
Wait, so he purchased both of the bracelets?
He purchased both of the bracelet. The one that I wanted and then the one he chose that for me. That would look nice on me.
Oh, and we had a date immediately after.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a day. It was like, he's like, let me get to know you real quick. Because he's in Boston. He was just in Tampa for that moment. And we just met just like that.
But wait, you guys went out on a date after? I
don't consider it a date because I'm too extra. Because we went out immediately. Okay. Like, he's just like, what are you doing after here? I'm like, I just finished my exam today. I passed. He's like, how about we celebrate over a drink so while we get to know each other? Because he's leaving tomorrow. I was like, okay, sure. Then I'm like, I don't feel like driving. He said, don't worry. Like, I'll take you there and then have somebody over drive your car or maybe get somebody to pick up your car or your Uber. Like, it's not an issue. Like, let's go. I'm like, say less. I did not need to check my purse because I did not need it. Starting from entrees, drink, and he knows I'm a very cocktail girly. So, oh my God, he even texted me, hey, baby. I'm sorry, I'm blushing. He just texted me, hey, baby.
Oh, we in love.
Okay, I'm not in love, but I'm just liking the experience.
She says, I'm not in love. I'm just liking the experience. Now, mind you, again, where she is, she's on one of those YouTube dating shows looking for a man while a simp bought her drinks, cocktails, if you will, the apple martinis. $5,000 Van Cleef bracelet. And this simp, she's already said, well, I wouldn't even consider it a date, even though he spent that money. I wasn't going on a date with him. And she emphasized that several times. While she's on the show, he texts her, hey, baby. And she lets the hostess know, I am not falling for this dude. I only like the experience. This is what I mean when some of you guys, and I mean many of you guys, overpay in other countries. They didn't ask you for the experience. You are offering for free for them the experience. You're taking them to the best of the best restaurants in Cali, Colombia. Why? She never asked you for that. Just like this young lady didn't ask the dude for the bracelet. And when you get back on the plane, you know what that Cali woman is saying? I never liked him. I was only with him for the experience. He flew me to DR. Girl, did you like him? Yeah, we had sex one time, but I didn't like him. I only flew for the experience. You flew the Brazilian chick to Europe with you. Did you like it? I had a great time in Europe. Did you like him? You in love? No, I don't like him. I only went to Europe for the experience. A lot of times we've got to realize a lot of these women, everybody that you spend money on, don't like you. Excuse me. Everyone that you spend money on, Mr. Big Wallet, does not necessarily like you. Colombia, they will smile in your face. Asia, they will smile in your face. But that doesn't mean that she likes you. That's why a lot of guys in the comments are saying we have to make sure that we vet these women properly. Because there are women that will smile in your face all the time, want to take your place. The backstabbers. Backstabbers. They smiling in your face. Like this woman smiled in that man's face, and now she's live on YouTube laughing at him. Live on YouTube laughing at him.
I don't consider it a date because I'm too extra, because we went out immediately. Okay. Like, he's just like, what are you doing after here? I'm like, I just finished my exam today. I passed. He's like, how about we celebrate over a drink so we get to know each other, because he's leaving tomorrow. I was like, okay, sure. Then I'm like, I don't feel like driving. He said, don't worry, like, I'll take you there and then have somebody over drive your car, or maybe get somebody to pick up your car, order your Uber. Like, it's not an issue. Like, let's go. I'm like, say less. I did not need to check my purse because I did not need it. Starting from entrees, drink, and he knows I'm a very cocktail girly. So, oh my God, he even texts me, hey, baby. I'm sorry, I'm blushing. He just texts me, hey, baby.
Oh, we in love.
Okay, I'm not in love, but I'm just liking the experience. That's how life been. I do not nag him. I do not call him. I do not text him first. I do not want to know what he's doing, where he's at. I do not care. And life has been so peaceful. Men.
You see how she's doing that? As long as he coming out of those proceeds, as long as he's spending that money, no, I don't think she's lying. I think that the simps out there, see, it's easy to think that she's lying. I think she's telling the truth. The simp economy is literally just like this. I don't think she's lying at all. Because I see dudes do this when they come here to Colombia. See, that's what validates. Well, all she's doing is validating what the type of footage that you guys put out there. And I won't say you guys, but men put out there in general. When they go to Thailand, they do this. When they go to the Philippines, they do this. Dudes have been doing it like this in DR forever. Here in Colombia, man, y'all always flying some Colombian chick from one city to the other city, or flying a chick from one country to another country. She ain't lying. And all the Colombian chick got to do is smile in y'all face, give y'all a little bit of head, give y'all a little bit of coochie, which she want the orgasm anyway. She orgasmed and got a flight and got a meal. Just check. Let's look at it for what it is here in Colombia. To validate this, there are dudes that will fly a chick out. Check. She get a free flight, free hotel accommodations. Let's look at it for what it is. I'm a Libra. Let's put it on the scale. Free flight, free hotel accommodations. If y'all going to any excursion, free for her. Y'all go out to the club, drinks and entrance free. Any miscellaneous, free. Y'all have sex a couple times. She orgasm each time, free. Right? We got that on the scale. In exchange, she suck you, you bust one nut. You flew her all the way out from Medellin to Cartagena so she can suck you. You bust 1 or 2 nuts, and you gave her all this. As a Libra, you a simp. You a sucker. You a gook. You got. You earned it. In exchange, she sucked you. She gave you sex. She rode you. You had an orgasm. And you got nothing else. But she got free flight. She got orgasms. She got a hotel room. She got accommodations. She got excursions. Any type of souvenir she wanted or any type of cute dress she wanted, she got that. She got all this. You only been knowing this chick for a few days, few weeks, few months in Colombia, and it happens all the time. And so y'all can't go in the comment section and tell me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And you guys are looking at this young lady, the chocolate sister, on the screen and talking about, well, I don't think that's happening. She might be lying. And I see you dudes do it all the time when you fly out. All the time. Because you think your wallet outweighs your penis. You don't think her body part and your body part is equal play. You ain't got that type of confidence. Dudes like me, shoot, I ain't about to spend no money like that if we about to both nut. We about to both nut? Oh, nah. I get you an Uber. Get your Uber back. If I'm going out to eat somewhere, you can, afterwards we can go grab a Subway sandwich. But I ain't about to sit up here and hell no. And it's millions of dudes that think like I do. Millions that realize if I'm giving you a body part and you give me a body part, that's fair exchange, ain't no robbery. That's fair exchange, ain't no robbery. But to sit back and say, well, she give me a body part and I have to give her wallet. Y'all the suckers. Y'all the suckers that's flying them out. Okay. If it ain't, okay. I'm not a sucker, Dre. Okay, cool. I got money. I do what I want to do with my money. I already said you could do that. I've been saying that for years. So stop trying to act like you can't do what you want to do with your money. And stop acting like we can't laugh at you when you do what you do with your money. I'm going to say that again. If you can do what you want to do with your money because you're a grown man with grown man money, cool. We agree with that. And we've been agreeing with that for years. But don't get mad when we as grown men laugh at you for doing what you did with your money. Don't be laughing. Don't be mad at us because we laugh because it's funny. Here's the kicker. Libra. You give her intimacy. She fly you out. She pay for buy you a custom suit. in Bogota. She gets you cologne. She takes you out to dinner. Airbnb and hotel on her. Do you think that that's fair exchange? All you did was give her some orgasm. Do you think that's fair exchange? It's like that. She's on a heavy end, right? So even as men, we know if all I gave her was a nut and she gave me all that, including her body, even we as men was like, man, she did a lot for me, man. I appreciate it. I didn't even ask her to do all that, right? I didn't even ask her to do all that, but she did it on her own, dog. She took me here, did, and got me a custom suit. I didn't ask for that, right? I didn't ask for that. Then if you didn't ask for that on your end, if she spoils you, what makes you think that you less of a simp because you're a man and you doing it for them? What makes you think you less than a simp for flying Brazilian chicks all over the place? And many of the Brazilian chicks will never in their life, other than you, be on an airplane. What makes you think, what I'm serious. I'm asking a serious question. What makes you gentlemen think that what you just did was not simp behavior? Because you didn't title it like that? Because you got money like that to do it? Most simps got money like that. That's why they call simps, because of what they do with their money. Like I said, you can do it if you want to, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're a grown man with grown man money, grown man responsibilities. Nobody's judging that. But you cannot dictate or run around with a pitchfork and axes when we laugh at you for doing what you decide that you want to do with your money. You flew her out and you got a nut out the deal. Yes, you did. She sucked you and she rode you. Cool. She got out the deal, all this other stuff, including a free flight and accommodations, free meals, free drinks, free excursions, miscellaneous free souvenirs. And you are stupid enough to think that was even fair exchange. Where's the fair exchange in that? Where is the fair exchange in that? I think David is right once again. David left this comment earlier. Shout out to Dave. I think I missed Will. Did I get Will? I got to come back to Will. My bad, Will, for missing your super chat, brother. Dave is right. Dre, please stop trying to help these simps. He's correct. Please, Dre, they ain't gonna change. Like you always say, Dre, when these lights go out and these cameras go off, they ain't gonna change. Shout out to my brother Will with the $10 love. Glad to see you're here. Glad to see you're here. Will says, salutations, Andre and Andrea, chat family. Don't forget to smash that like. This is going to be a good subject tonight. He said, yep, down in Cali, chilling with T-Mac. Shout out to 0 milligram in the building. And Chris, the whole family is down here. Look forward to seeing you guys this Sunday. I'm going to be there at Rico Richie's at 2:00. So I'll be there early and I'll be seeing you guys there. We're going to have a good time this weekend. No simp zone. Absolutely correct. Once again, if you guys are in Cali, Colombia this weekend for the Super Bowl, we will all be meeting up at Rico Richie's this weekend. Shout out to you guys. I'll be done with my fast. Got my cigar ready. I got a Cuban cigar just waiting. Yeah, they be getting them dudes, man. They be getting them. Simping is out of control. This is crazy how this sister is laughing on. I mean, everybody don't know who the guy is, but the fact that she's laughing at the guy with the world. It's not like these two ladies are just talking to themselves. This is one of those shows like Kendra G. This is like a off branch or a Kendra GB type show, right? It's an off branch type of Kendra G show. And so both of these ladies are live on a live stream. And they're laughing at this man who just texted her, hey, baby. If you think that she's doing it, how many women you think in foreign countries that we spoil, we get back on that plane? Because remember, she said she's in Tampa. He's from Boston. And these ladies are laughing at that man. Laughing at him. She said it ain't that serious. I'm just doing all this for the fun of it, the experience of it, the joy of it. But I don't like him.
And pay attention to you, girls. If you're wearing a nice Van Cleef or nice purse, they pay attention. They look at
absolutely. Yeah. Your bag, your shoes, your nails, your toes, your hair.
We're not saying wear Louis Vuitton like a set of like the bodysuit. No, wear something that's very high quality and top it up with a notch of something expensive. So, and people ask what ethnicity. Of course, he's Ghanaian. Of course, he's Ghana.
Yeah, they bring the energy.
They do.
Oh, he got that coin. Okay, saying don't rush into nothing. Give it time.
Yeah.
No cookies. It's too soon. No, not for 2 bracelets. No, that ain't nothing.
No, that ain't nothing.
No, you do that for yourself. No.
They said don't give up the cookies, not for 2 bracelets that are $5,000 a piece. Don't give up the cookies. But these the same chicks, both of these chicks will be giving up to a broke dude and have probably given up to a broke dude. These same chicks that will tell you simps, no, we got to take our time. I'm celibate. We got to take our time. Shout out to Kevin Crawford in the building. We got to take our time. And the other sister say, no, don't give up the cookies. Not for 2 bracelets, 2 $5,000 a piece bracelets. Doesn't matter what type of man she's talking about. These simps are everywhere. Like COVID. He said she's talking about African men, European men with money who are simps and trick. That's it. No, if that's the misnomer that a lot of us American, especially black men, have. We never want to admit the fact that simping runs rampant among black men from the States. We'll look at those Nigerian brothers, that's them. Ghana brother, that's them. It's those white boys, the Europeans. That's who's doing all the simping in Thailand. It's them. It's not us American brothers. No, we don't do it like that. We let everybody else do it we ain't even got it like that to do it like that. We don't do it like that. Yes, we do. We got it like that, and we do it like that in masses. I've seen us do it in masses. We're just as bad as the white boys that get scammed in Europe. Get the European white boys that get scammed in Asia. We are no different. I don't know why black men from the United States try to pretend and lie. I see it. I'm out here. I see you guys do. I see guys get got all the time. I see American black men get scammed, robbed, drugged, hustled all the time. That's why I always say, don't laugh at the white man. Do not, brothers, do me a favor that travel. If you think that you got the audacity to laugh at white men who get scammed in Asia, you are no different in South America. You are no different. You are just as thirsty in DR as the white dude is in Korea. You are no different. I don't know who put this myth and lie out there that black men from the United States aren't simps at times. Not all the time, but at times. But that is a bare-faced lie straight from the pits of hell. I know too many brothers that overspending. White boys messed up the price of pay for play, and brothers messed up the price of pay for play. Now, are most white men like this? No. Are most brothers like this simping? No. But to act like it's only our African brothers, shh, y'all crazy. I see you brothers do some of the most simplest. I've seen y'all trick up your last $200 before a flight. You came into the country of Colombia, $15,000 to spend. You only been in this country 7 days. You get back on the plane counting pennies because you only got $300 left. I've seen it umpteen times. Umpteen times. We can sit back and pretend and sugarcoat it and act like, no, it's those Nigerians. You know how generous they are. It is not just the white man in the States. It ain't just the brothers in the States, but it's enough white men in the States that are simp galore. And there are brothers stateside that are super seance simps. There are brothers, man, that travel that you on Dragon Ball Z level simps. Y'all Baraki simps. For all of you that follow Baraki animation on Netflix. You know, Baraki's so strong, his dad's strong. You guys get it. Or Baki. I said Baraki, but I meant Baki. On Netflix. Shout out to Baki. On a whole nother level. Don't put that on those African brothers. I see y'all come down here, man. Dude, okay. I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. Yeah, they be do super seance simping, man. My man Gary in the building. Shout out to Gary. Gary said that. He said, but Dre, but Dre. Those are the same guys that claim that they don't pay for the box. Pay her direct or pay a third party for dinner, drinks, gifts. You still paid. He's 1% correct. Shout out to you, Gary, with the love. 1% correct. What? Man, I love anime. Love anime. I kid you not, man. Sometimes, man, after a live stream, because I don't want to, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. After a live stream, I don't want to hear my voice. I do not want to hear anything. I don't want to hear my own voice after a live stream. It's funny. Once the live stream goes off, it gets dead silence in here. And I need that silence. So when the live stream goes off, like the first 2 or 3 minutes, I am quiet. And then as I'm getting ready for the evening, whether it be jumping in the shower or whatever, I'm turning on some anime, man. I just need to dummy down. I don't need to read the book of Marcus Aurelius, which I have over here. Meditations. No, I need to dummy down. And one of the ways I dummy down is either I'm listening to some smooth jazz, or because Andre usually be asleep by then, or I'm watching me some anime. I kid you not, bro. I can't wait for them to come out the second season, number 2 of Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix. Come on now. Yeah, power level. Thank you, brother. Power level 9,000 simps. For real. Brothers be swearing that we don't simp. And we'll sit back and we'll take that, ride that horse in a cavalry. Black men don't simp. It's those African brothers. Who you think they learned it from? Who you think them Nigerians learned simp level from? Watching us getting on planes, simping. Simping. And you dudes will literally, this is the funny part, over the years, because you know guys will trust me to tell their stories, tell me their stories, like we're at a bar or wherever it is, and you will literally sit there in my face and tell me the young lady said 100,000 pesos, right? And you will look me in my face with pride and tell me, but she said, you know, she got a daughter, so I gave her 350,000. So she ain't had to show you no photo, no footage, no facts, no birth certificates, no nothing. All she had to do was spew. You don't know what the daughter looked like. I don't know. So all she had to do was just lie and say, I got a daughter, or my grandmama's sick, or my dog is dying. And you gave her an extra 250,000 pesos. When all she asked you for was $25. 100,000 pesos, $25 on average. And you guys will be so full of pride when you say it, not realizing I'm looking at you in your face and I'm thinking like, this is a simp on level 10 simp. When you simp and you don't even notice you simped. And we've all had our moments of simping. Don't get me wrong. We've all had our moments. I'm not going to sit back here and say I've never had that moment. I've had those moments but it's all about waking up sooner than later. You know, you can have it happen one time. It's okay, fool me once, fool me twice, shame on me, right? So after one time, you're like, I ain't gonna let that happen to me again, ever again. So we all may have been there, but some dude, it's their ritual. It's what they do. He said that Blue Eye Samurai had me low-key dodge my other anime shows. Man, that Blue Eye Samurai, man, that animation was, they won I believe it was an Oscar for that show. And so they just came out with the trailer for season 2. So I've been watching Blue Eye Samurai, and I've been watching, me and Andrea will sit back and watch The Chosen, you know, the Jesus narrative. Really good. If you guys didn't get a chance, watch The Chosen, man. It's really good. They're on season 5, right? And it's a global phenomenon. I mean, they are big. And so me and Andrea will sit back, and because you know Andrea's going through her Christian journey, you know, over the last year. So it helps her understand the Bible a lot more by watching The Chosen, because she's like, okay, now I can understand how John said this, and you know where they were going with that type of thing. But as for me, my boy, I love some good animation, man. Love me some good animation. But yeah, man, these dudes, ain't no way in heck. 2 $5,000 braces for a total stranger. You could give that money to a homeless person and change their lives. That's Andre. If I'm going to do that, I would rather give that money, and I mean that, I would rather have given that money to a homeless person to change their lives before I give some ungrateful sisters that are laughing at me on YouTube 2 bracelets worth $5,000 a piece. I could have did like Crypto Emperor, and I could have sat back and said, you know what? I could take 5,000, put it in crypto, and still had 5,000 to give to the poor throughout the city during the winter time. I'd have said, okay, I'm gonna keep 5 for myself, put that in investments, and I'll take the other 5 and I'll give that to the poor for the winter time, whether it be money for a soup kitchen or whether it help them get food or whatever it may be. But I'm not gonna sit up here and give some raggedy chick in Tampa, and I'm from Boston and I'm leaving tomorrow. That's the other part. He was leaving the next day. And now he's texting her from Boston. Hey, baby. Hey, beautiful. Y'all some, man. And you think that it's just an African dude that did this? Or a white boy? I promise you, the brothers are in the race of who her simp is as well. We don't know who the simp is, but I promise you, it could be a brother just as easily simping. Because I see us do it all the time in these other countries. Oh yeah, I watch Adult Swim all the time too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not Walmart.
Harder, baby. Not just materials is gonna get me there. Not just materials is what I'm saying.
Yes, I'm so grateful. Your advice, I watch you all the time.
Rich men don't like broke women. There's always that one woman that's the president of the Broke Women Association in the comment section like, rich men fall from the ceiling when you're the broke-ass. You can be homeless and still find a rich man. I met the richest man when I was the broke-ass. Most of the women saying these things, if you check their lifestyle, they're not driving a G-Wagon. They don't have a Birkin. They don't have an AP on their wrist. So it's like, you shouldn't even want to be broke and have to be a child, a dependent to a man. You should want to have your own money as a woman so you can afford basic things and not have to degrade yourself just because you want a coin. That's just the truth. And if you are that girly that don't want a 9-to-5, wants to make more money, looking to start a digital business, then get the digital blueprint.
If you're going to lead with money, nigga, send the money. Send the money. Fuck, nigga, talking about some, let's get to know each other. No, you
wealthy men don't care to date rich women, right? They'll date, they'll date who they just are attracted to, right? Women have these like,
Bro, I don't even think wealthy men. I think once a man is able to stand on his own 2 feet, now we're not talking about bums, like guys that don't have a job. When a man is able to take care of his own self, you don't really care what his woman makes, you know?
Got something. Man with money, they ain't never complaining about the things you ask for because they got money. It be the broke man complaining. Oh, that's too much. Oh, yeah, because you don't have it. Just shut the fuck up.
Now, notice this as she was talking, and the brother's going to talk about it in a second. Here we go.
You don't really care what his woman makes, you know?
Got something. Man with money, they ain't never
Look over her head, some of the cracks that are taking place. Those cracks that she has in her roof, the car doesn't come like that. The car doesn't come with cracks in the roof like that. That's not a line that is part of the design. As she's talking about a man with money. This will be addressed.
complaining about the things you ask for because they got money. It be the broke man complaining. Oh, that's too much. Oh, yeah, because you don't have it. Just shut the fuck up.
Tell that man you know what money to fix that motherfucking moon roof with all them cracks and shit in it. You better hope it don't rain. You worry about the wrong shit.
Live within your means. You could be making $100,000 but living a $30,000 lifestyle, and you have options. You could be making $350,000 a year and living a $500,000 a year lifestyle, and you have no options. We do not talk about spending enough. Everybody has different versions of golden handcuffs.
I remember talking to her. I was like, "Hey, I made $35,000 last year. I may never make more. If you care about that, we don't have to get married."
Wow.
Because I've learned how to live at 35 grand and I'm happy.
Yep.
If it's something that bothers you, I'm never going to be the guy that chases money.
Yep.
I'm always going to chase purpose because I know that's where true happiness comes from. And her response was, "I don't need your money. I got money.
Yep.
I just need you to be you." And so once she said that, it was off to the races because I'm awesome with money.
Let's be honest. Even though looks aren't everything, he can say something that another dude may not be able to say making $35,000 a year. Mr. Albie Shore, Chico DeBarge, he can say, "Baby, I only make $35,000 a year. I don't care, Chico, as long as you're with me. I got my own money." Now, let some brother that ain't got looks, that's about an extra 50 pounds, let him have said that. Most women would be like, "No, oh no, hell no. And you only make 35,000, hell no." So let's be real, big man, Mr. Light Skin. It depends on who you are.
So let me get this straight. A man can't text you guys, what are you doing, because you got $2,000-$3,000 worth of monthly bills? I don't think you're really out here looking for like a real man, like an alpha man, a king, somebody who can teach you, guide you, lead you, somebody that you can actually build a foundation with, you know, get some genuine chemistry going. Y'all not looking for that. Y'all are out here looking for somebody to help you. Y'all are out here looking for a sponsor, somebody to sponsor your lifestyle. Because I'm trying to understand, when did it become a man's responsibility to even give you anything during the dating phase? A man is not responsible for your monthly bills in the dating phase. You're not his woman. And what makes you think that a man does not have his own bills, his own responsibilities? That is why a lot of you ladies cannot enjoy the dating phase, because you are out here dating for all the wrong reasons. When you are dating somebody, it should really only be about just seeing if you and this person got a connection. Can we build together? Are we on the same page? Do we got the same beliefs, the same values? Something along those lines. But y'all get so frustrated. Well, he keep texting me, what you doing? And he ain't asking me how much is my rent and my car note. That's not his problem. A real man is not getting ready to lead with his money. Only an insecure man lead with his money. There is some man that will give you money in the first couple of months, but that's a man that don't know himself. A man that knows himself, he's going to find out a turnoff that you're even asking him for money. Allow that man to give you that good gesture. A man that is genuinely interested in you, he's going to see any type of weight that he can lift off of you, so you wouldn't have to ask to begin with. But if you ladies are out here drowning in your own monthly bills like that, to the point where you frustrated and can't date somebody for the genuine reasons, then you shouldn't be dating. You need to go worry about your bills, get them situated, and then come back to the dating field, because your bills is nobody else's responsibility but your own. As long as a man is respecting you, making time for you, and he's showing you that he is consistently interested, that is all you should be asking for in the dating phase. Y'all gotta stop this. Y'all begging way too much. That's dry begging. That's what that is.
Money doesn't qualify a man to lead. Character does. See, a lot of people are bowing down to money, thinking if he makes enough, that automatically makes him a leader. But money by itself doesn't build a home. It doesn't create peace. It doesn't guarantee protection. A man can have 6 figures in the bank and still leave you uncovered, unsupported, and spiritually starving. Leadership is deeper. It is about character. Can he lead with wisdom? Does he create safety and direction? Does he know how to protect not just your body, but your spirit and your heart? Those are the qualities that actually qualify a man to lead. Culture has it twisted. They have it all wrong. It says chase the lifestyle, the bags, the trips, but none of that builds legacy or serves purpose. It looks good on Instagram, but it won't hold you up when life gets heavy. When you choose money over character, you're building your relationship on sand and not rock. Respect isn't purchased by how much he spends. Respect is earned by the way he carries himself, like the way he covers you and the way he provides stability that money alone can never buy. That's
to the women. I want you to listen to me very carefully. If you meet a man that has never checked you about the way you talk, if you meet a man that's never checked you about how you wear your hair, what you wear out in public, how you carry yourself as a woman when you're out, that man doesn't have the wisdom to lead you. See, some men lead with money, but ladies, you have to be taught discipline, self-respect, to always better yourself as life continues to grow.
I had a nightmare girlfriend at one point that would want to go outside with her jeans so low their ass crack could be shown.
I've been through that.
And I'm like, yo, like, can you not do that? You're going to attract a certain amount of attention.
Thank you, sir.
Which will be negative.
Yes.
And then I will be caught in that situation.
Yes, right.
Now I'm going to have to fight some dude because of the way you're dressed, because you're not dressing in a respectful manner with a man. But there's also been other women that I said, listen, this outfit's not appropriate.
Yes. And they respect it. Thank you.
They respect it.
Yep.
As men, keep your attraction up. Every man can be attractive. Every man can raise his attraction up. Get your ass in that gym. Stay groomed, smell good, stay fly. She gonna knock you down off that. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Let that sink in, bro. You don't have to trick or give money away. You don't have to. Because if you got the edge, she gonna throw you something off that.
If you're doing any of these 5 things when dealing with women going into 2026, you just playing your damn self. Number 1, do not provide resources to randoms. No money, no rides, no favors. If she hasn't earned access, she gets nothing.
Let that sink in on the international scale. Number one, you do not give money, resources, your blessings, your hard-earned work to random chicks in Thailand, random chicks in Colombia. I know you feel like it's a flex, but I'm telling you, you looking like a fool. These Colombian, now, public service announcement, right? Commercial. There are some of you guys don't care how Dominican men and women laugh at you. They, even though they look at you like you stupid and they wouldn't do it if they had your money, some of you dudes don't care. I got you. You don't care how the Brazilian men are laughing at you with that particular Brazilian chick and how you overspending. You don't care. You having fun. You doing your thing. I ain't gonna let another man interrupt my fun because he's laughing at me when I get back on a plane. I'm on a plane, so I don't know that you laughing at me. So I understand that part. That still doesn't mean that you don't need to mature when it comes to how you use your money. You work too hard to get your money than to lose it as a fool. So number one, he said, was the end of random spending. If this chick ain't somebody that you really, and I don't care what country it is, if it ain't somebody that you really trying to get to know on a serious basis, you might as well just go pay for play. You might as well go pay for play with a decent price and go on about your business and enjoy your trip. But this spoiling random chick, you don't know, this is your first flight to Italy and you spoiling random chicks like this your boo? For what? The next dude that get off the plane, he gonna do the same thing. You ain't nobody special. I'm gonna say this again. Some of you brothers get off these planes and think that you somebody special. No, you ain't. What you doing now, the last dude already got off the plane and did it. The coochie that you smashing now, the last dude got off the plane, he smashed it. That coochie is not the new model coochie. That is used 1957 Chevy coochie, okay? Stop treating these women in all these other countries as if you getting off the plane and she hit you with the green eyes and the dimples and you thinking that's brand new off the showroom floor coochie. It ain't. That coochie been beat up since first day in high school. And you get off the plane and you treating her like she's made of diamonds and gold because she got green eyes and dimples. Ain't nothing special about her. And you gonna learn that. That's why if she was so special, the local dudes would have scooped her up already. Every woman that y'all come down here and you think she's so special, don't you ever forget, if she was so special, and especially if she's over 30, let's say she's over 30. I could see the younger women, like I met Andre at 23. Some of you guys have met your women at a younger age, at 25, 26. Let's say over 30. If she's over 30 and she got them green eyes and them dimples, if being in that natural curly Afro-Colombian hair, Afro-Brazilian hair, if she was all that special, how come ain't none of the local dudes scooped her up? She been getting smashed. Don't think she ain't never had no sex. You ain't getting a virgin when you get off that plane. She just so happened to be a young lady, 32, nice body, beautiful white teeth, dimples, blue, green, hazel eyes, right? All the hair is hers. Thick eyelashes. Long eyelashes, thick eyebrows, right? If she was that special, how come ain't none of the local dudes scooped her up? You know why? Because the local men know that she's just regular in Brazil. Her beauty is just regular Brazilian beauty. So the brother is right. Number one, stop overspending for randoms. Let's let them continue on. Let's let them cook.
Number 2, do not argue with women. I repeat, do not argue with women. Arguments are emotional power grabs. Men do not debate feelings. We just fucking disengage.
Absolutely correct. I don't care if a woman comes with insults on a panel. I don't care if a woman comes with insults in real life. Disengage, gentlemen. You will never, I'm going to say this, and I mean this. Disagreements are one thing. Andre and I don't always agree all the time, but we don't argue. Neither one of us do back and forth. And some of you guys have women that you're with, you don't do back and forth with. You don't do that back and forth bantering, who can get the loudest, all that. You're done with that. For the rest of us, I'm letting you know, 2026, let her have that moment of time. If she thinks being loud is she won the argument, let her be loud and walk away, never to be seen again. I'm gonna say this again. If it takes you to have a Dominican chick and she's sassy with her energy and she loud and argumentative and you got to fight and tussle with her, and like the other brother in the video a couple of days ago, she's got your dreads and holding you and you got to go through all that with a woman, disengage. Just tell yourself, I ain't about to do all this. I'm done with this. As soon as possible, walk away. Delete the number. Because if you think that's the last argument or disagreement that you're going to be with that woman to where it's loud and disrespectful, it won't be your last. And I don't care how cute she is. Let her go. 2026. Men, in this dojo, we have no problem with telling women no and disengaging.
This one is important. Number 3, do not take women on a date, right? Don't take them on a date. You're not taking her anywhere. You're inviting her into your life to do some shit you would normally do by yourself with other people or other women. Get out of this.
He made a great point. When it comes to going to these other countries, don't put yourself in situations that you wouldn't normally put yourself in. If you had no plans on going to that 5-star restaurant in Colombia, don't you dare for one of these random Colombiana chicks walk into that 5-star restaurant. If you was here by yourself and you didn't know that chick, you'd have went to a regular restaurant like the rest of Colombians do. Let's be real with it. The only reason you pivoted because you're trying to impress the coochie. 2026, we don't pivot. If I'm going to just a regular I don't care if I was single and I'm going to Subway. Guess where she going? Subway. I don't care 2026. If I was single and if I was going and I just so happen to be in the mall and I say, meet me in the mall. And she hungry and I was going to the food court anyway, or if I was going to Crepes and Waffles, I'm going to Crepes and Waffles. I'm not about to sit out here and pivot, talk about, let's go to the expensive restaurants, the Argentinian restaurants upstairs. We ain't doing that. Stop pivoting your money for these women in other countries. You in DR, you had no plans on going to, let's say you're in Santo Domingo, you had no plans at all of going to that restaurant that's in a cave. Really nice. Me and Andre have been there. Really nice, very romantic restaurant, underground. But you had no plans on doing that on your whole trip in DR. Stop pivoting and taking these chicks to restaurants that are underground in a cave, and knowing that the Dominican men couldn't afford to take her there. And you go pivoting your money for somebody that you just met a couple of days ago. Stop that. If you actually planned on going to that restaurant, you say, you know what, when I get to DR, I heard about that restaurant that's in the cave. I'm gonna go check that out. Okay, that's cool. That's one thing. You sat back, you said, man, oh man, I'm going to this soccer game when I get over to so-and-so and so-and-so country. When I get to Argentina, I'm gonna check out one of them Argentinian games. Okay, cool. You had already planned on doing that. That's cool. Take her with you. But to keep on pivoting your plans for these chicks, Y'all sit up here and go to the best of the best restaurants in Rio and take her there. When normally she would just spend the night hanging out with her friends, having a drink on the beach, having a great time. But here you go with the pivot. Stop pivoting for pussy. I'm gonna say that again. In 2026, grown men know how to not and stop pivoting for pussy. If you planned on going to that restaurant, cool. But if you had no plans on actually going to that restaurant, if you were by yourself, don't go. Guess what? You still gonna get the coochie. I'm gonna say this again. One thing I learned about South American women, you would have got that coochie anyway. You would have gotten that coochie anyway. All you dudes that are overspent in South America and the rest of us are looking at you like, dude, you would have got that coochie anyway. If you'd have took her to Subway where you really want to go, you'd have got that coochie anyway. Instead of taking to this fancy restaurant, if you got you some Frisbee chicken and took her to the park, you'd have got that coochie anyway. That's the part that y'all don't realize. You would have got that coochie anyway. That's the part that blows you guys away. Like, what? Yeah, she don't give you that coochie anyway. You pivoted for pussy. You pivoted. Stop doing that. If this ain't your woman, wife, somebody that you really want to take serious, somebody that you just met, stop pivoting for pussy and watch you still get the pussy. None of y'all has ever proved me wrong. Not one dude in Colombia has ever proven me wrong when it comes to that theory. If you don't pivot for the pussy, watch how you still get the pussy. I dare y'all do that. I dare any of y'all to stop in 2026. Stop pivoting. If you already plan on going to that place, cool. If you don't plan on going to that place, don't pivot. Go and do what you had planned. If you were going to just go to putt-putt golf with her, go to putt-putt golf, bruh. You could get the putt-putt pussy anyway. Here you go taking it to the expensive bowling alley in Medellin, Super Bowling, which me and T-Mac, we went, which is great. T-Mac knows the area, knows the spot. It's a wonderful place. But if you had no plans on taking her to a nice dinner at expensive Super Bowling alley, which is really nice, like I said, if you've been to Medellin, I highly recommend you go to Super Bowling, right? But here's the kicker. If you had no plans on going, don't pivot. Don't pivot, because you're going to get that coochie anyway. My man Evan, once again, in the building. Evan says this. He said, the world would be much better place without simps and mama's boys. That's a good one. The West is full of them. This is so true. So true. Hope you're having a great day, Evan, or great evening. Let's continue on with the video.
Fucking mindset of thinking that, oh, I want to take you out, I want to treat you here. She ain't earned shit, bro. You're just inviting her into your world, into your frame, so you can see what she's about. It's not about you auditioning for her. It's not about you trying to impress the woman, bro. Like, come on now. You have to be in the mindset of, I'm gracing this woman with my presence and I'm inviting her out and I'm paying for it. All right. I know that might sound chauvinistic. It is what the fuck it is. Number 4, don't over explain yourself. I'm guilty of this shit in the past. Long drawn out explanations are approval seeking in disguise. And
True. I used to do that. You know, I can talk. So I used to go the extra mile with explaining myself or explaining the situation. I stopped that a long time ago. Because all it did was 2 things. The more I talked, the more she would have questions that need to be answered. Well, what about this? Well, if you was over at so-and-so, why, when I called his girlfriend, it just opened up a whole new can of worms, me over explaining myself. Where were you with my dudes? What was y'all doing? You don't need to know all that. See how simple I got with that? You don't need to know all that. What you mean I don't need to know? You don't need to know all that. I was with my dudes. I'm home. Did you make something to eat? I'm hungry. Your man is here. I didn't disappear. I'm still here. Get used to it. Yeah, I used to be one of them explaining everything and going through all the details, and all it did was answer more questions. And the number two thing it did, it made me look like I was guilty of doing something because I was overkilling my conversation. So even if I wasn't guilty of something, I was over talking as if I was guilty of something. As if I had something to hide. Now me and Andre will sit back and talk about our day. But as far as overkill, like I said, now you guys hear me talk a lot on this show, but like when Andrea just came in from church and I said, you know, tell me about church, because she'll come in, she'll sit down, get comfortable, take her shower and everything. And then she'll tell me about what happened with church. And so I'm on listener mode for about a good 20, 30, 40 minutes. I'm not about to continue to talk and overkill things. Yeah, that was me. That was definitely me. I used to talk overkill so much, I didn't talk myself out of certain coochie. Have you ever talked yourself out of some coochie? Talked myself into the coochie. Kept talking and talked myself right out of the coochie. Well, I got to go to bed. I'll see you in the morning. I'm about to go home. Yeah, I'm about to go home. I'm getting sleepy. Talk myself right out the coochie, like, yeah, you made me something to eat. That's it. That's the longest sentence that they get. Yeah, I stopped being so long-winded with the lady, and so now when I got with Andrea, no. Let's continue on.
Women can pick up on that shit. So as a man, you want to simply state your decision and move on. And last but definitely not least, number 5, don't date broke beggars. Broke begging ass women. Do not date those women.
If I could get more dudes that travel to grasp this one. It's not about the money, guys. We know that 99% of the women that we meet in other countries, even in many parts of Europe, make less than what we make. So it's not about the money. It's about, you notice how some women cannot economically in other countries have money, but they bring so much to the table that you're like, she might not have money or degree, but she does this for me, that for me, make sure I got that, I got this. She take care of everything. She like fills in all the proper gaps in my life that I need a woman to fill. Yet she is not the one that's making 6 or 7 figures in her country, right? But she fills in so many gaps. Then you got the broke ones. Always begging. Don't hide their begging. You can tell that they practice the fine art of begging. It's all they do. And you looking like, you know what? Enough is enough. There's a difference between a woman that may not have a lot of money, but she fills in those gaps that you need as you're building the bricks of your life. You know how you're the bricks in building the house, but she fills those gaps in as the mortar, right? A lot of times when we look at a building, we look more at the bricks, but that mortar in between the bricks, just as important. Just as important. But there are so many women in other countries, man, that look at you as somebody just coming through, buy me an iPhone. Man, what? They expect you to take him here, expect you to take him there because the last dude that got off the plane did that. Don't do that, fellas. Don't do that. Zeta says this. He said, I'm guilty of that, dating some broke chicks in the States. I had to fall back, talk myself out of seeing them for what they were worth, or what they were worth. Oh, they weren't worth it. My bad. Shout out to Black Nubian, some Canadian brothers in the building, like always.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, "Oh, Canada."
I'm gonna wrap this up real quick with the last part of his video.
Date a woman and y'all a couple of weeks in, 2-3 months in, and she start begging you, just move the fuck on. Financial chaos equals.
That's it. Looks like it chopped off at the end, but you don't want those headaches, man. You really don't. Shout out to all you guys that are here. You guys will be seeing me and Andrea Monday, because tomorrow, we got studying to do, and Sunday is Super Bowl. So all of us are going to be busy having fun at Rico Richie's and beyond on Sunday. And I'll be seeing you guys on Monday evening. So shout out to all you guys that are here. Appreciate you guys being here with this live stream. I'm just going to do one outro video tonight. One outro. Let's get started. Let's go here.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it. It all, I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I always stay dreaming, never imagine I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising, I'm soaring above it. It all, I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. attention.